went up, made a great.
So it's 3rd down and 1 for the Jacks. It's going to be a handoff to Sanchez. Tries to get outside, stiff arm, and he's going to escape a tackle, and he's going to be brought down inside of the Mustang 9-yard line. Sanchez wasn't going to get stopped in the backfield on that one. He wanted that one and then some. So it'll be 1st down for the Jacks inside of the Mustang 9-yard line.
Another good run by DeCarlos Sanchez. Broke two tackles in the backfield, 2 arm tackles, and turned up and just put his head down and got the 1st down, setting the Jacks up with 1st and goal with the opportunity to answer after the quick strike by Madisonville.
So 1st and goal for the Jacks from the 10-yard line of Madisonville. Shotgun set for Rodriguez. Rodriguez dropping back to pass. He's looking to the left side for Aiden Morris, and that pass is intercepted. A flag thrown as on the interception for the Mustangs. It's Tristan Whaley, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds at midfield. But let's see what the flag is. I've seen a laundry thrown in the back of the end zone there.
We're going to get some sort of interference call from the reaction of Madisonville. It looks like it's going to be on them. There were 3 Madisonville players converged on that pass from Rodriguez. Looks like I thought he signaled holding before the pass, so they might be saying that the corner held on prior to the ball arriving. Nope, that's going to be pass interference on the defense. So this is going to set Diboll up with a 1st and goal. Should be at the 2-yard line here.
So as you said, Draylon, it is a pass interference called on the Mustangs, and they haven't spotted the ball just yet. But a very lucky break. You didn't want to have a turnover on that drive.
Definitely not. Diboll needs to answer here. In a big way. So, well, they're marking it at the 10. I'm not sure what's going on. Okay, he's backing them up now.
Go.
Yeah, we're moving it to the 5. I'm not sure. I mean, this should be a spot foul at the 2-yard line because it occurred in the end zone. But hey, we'll take the 5. It's a lot better than the 10. So
the Mustangs are going to burn their first time out of the first half with 7:04 remaining here in the first quarter of action, and they have the 7-0 early lead. And we'll keep it here as the Mustangs and Jacks regroup, as it'll be 1st and goal for the Lumberjacks after that penalty on the Mustangs. Very, very lucky to, like I said, it was very lucky to get that break. We didn't want to have a turnover on what's been a decent drive so far for the Jacks.
Yeah, interesting result there. Diboll definitely needs to score here on this drive, and Rodriguez has looked very good throwing the football, and with the exception of that last pass, looked like he just kind of held on to it a little bit too long and then didn't throw it far enough outside. It was supposed to be a jump ball, and it kind of just fluttered out there. So let's see how they react here on the goal line.
So the Jacks and Mustangs back on the field. 1st and goal from the Mustang 5-yard line. Jacks are in the shotgun set. Rodriguez dropping back to pass. He's looking, and it's in and out of the hands of his intended target, Aaron Robbins. And are they saying tip drill interception by the Mustangs? Yes, they are. The Mustangs are saying that they have it on the tip, and looks like they have it. So it is an interception for the Mustangs. 1st and 10 from their own 5-yard line now. It looked from where I'm at, it looked like it hit the ground.
Well, that's a frustrating way to end the drive. You get a penalty to overturn one turnover and then turn around and commit a turnover on the next play. So, as they say though, ball don't lie. So we'll see what happens here. Diboll has to respond now. We cannot give up another lone touchdown drive like the last possession.
So see what the Lumberjack defense can do here on 1st and 10 for Madisonville from their own 5-yard line after the interception. Garrett Kovar, the sophomore quarterback for Madisonville, who will hand it off to his back. That's Jaden Simpson, who breaks the tackle, bounces it outside, and he will be pushed out of bounds by Luis Arambula around the 20-yard line. So a really good run on the play there by Simpson, and it should move the chains for the Mustangs. Well, about that, there's a flag on the play.
Yeah, there's some mustard on the lettuce over there in the where the slot receiver was at. So this will be interesting to see what the call is. He's going to be holding on Madisonville. This will be a half the distance, or well, it'll be from the spot. So they may gain a yard or two, or maybe back up a yard or two. I'm not sure, but Lumberjacks get a redo after some poor tackling on that last play.
Yep, so the ball is going to be spotted at the 11-yard line. And we'll see if it stays first down. So it's interesting that the chain gang hasn't moved up yet, and the ball spotted on the 11-yard line for the Mustangs. So this is second down and 3 for them. As it's another handoff to Simpson. Simpson runs into a guy, and then he's going to be brought down by, looks like, Jamarcus Nieves at the 14-yard line. So the Mustangs are yards shy of a first down. So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 1. Jacks need to make a stop right here.
I'm going to be honest, it looked like he was brought down by his own right guard just then on that play. But whatever it was, I'm happy about it. 3rd down and about a yard and a half for the Mustangs here. So see if Diboll can kind of stiffen their backs, bow their necks, and let's get a stop and get the ball back.
So on 3rd and 1, Kovar taking the snap. He's going to hand it off to the back, and he's going to be bottled up by a host of Lumberjack defenders. Eli Terrell in on the stop, as well as Ty Jones and Jamarcus Nieves. As the running back, Carmelo Gilbert, had nowhere to go. It's going to bring up 4th down and 4 for the Mustangs.
Really nice job. Really nice play call by the defensive coordinator, anticipating that Madisonville was going to try and run that ball. They just tried to run a little trap play or a cutback play with 2 linemen pulling, and Diboll had about everybody and their mama blitzing right there for a big backfield stop.
So the Mustangs are going to punt it away. It's Lorenzo Childress. Is back deep for the Jacks is Tyrese McMillan. He's just going to let this one bounce, as it will take a Mustang roll into Lumberjack territory. It'll stay in Mustang territory, and Lumberjacks will work from the Mustang 47-yard line. So again, real good field position for the Jacks to get this second offensive series going in the game.
Well, so the first series, Diboll did some really good things, right? They got down the field fairly easily, looked really good, had some confusing moments on the penalty situation here tonight has been somewhat confusing. I'm not sure what exactly the referees have got going on. Right now, the chain gang's on the wrong side, so but the Diboll just needs to do exactly what they did the first drive, and this time finish and punch it into the end zone. Let's not get cute at the 4-yard line. Let's run the ball.
So here we go. 1st and 10 for the Lumberjacks on the Mustang 47-yard line. As coming in motion on the jet sweep is Tyrese McMillan, and Rodriguez is going to keep it himself, bouncing it around the left side, making a few cuts, and then some would-be tacklers, and he's going to be brought down at the 25-yard line. And the referees missed a clear face mask. We can see it from this angle up here. But regardless, it's going to be 1st and 10 Lumberjacks after the run by Sonny Rodriguez.
Really nice run right there by Mr. Rodriguez, man. That was a zone read play. Madisonville kind of broke through the line of scrimmage, had probably 3 guys in the backfield. He pulled the ball, shook a defensive end, and just was off to the races. Really like the way this kid's playing football, man. Like the way he's running, like the way he's playing, and like the way he's throwing. He looks good here.
1st and 10 for the Jacks on the Mustang 25-yard line, and it's a fumble on the play as the handoff was going to go to Sanchez, and instead the Mustangs are going to recover it. It took a lucky bounce right into Dylan Covington's hands, and 2 drives, 2 turnovers for the Lumberjacks here in the first game of the season. You can't have that. It's just the first game jitters. You gotta let those go, guys.
Yeah, right now Diboll just seems a little bit out of sync. We're still trying to knock the cobwebs off here, and that was another play where they're trying to bring a guy across the formation and hand it off to him and get to the outside. And I'm not sure if Rodriguez tried to pull it or if they just bobbled it or what, but the ball went on the turf, and was bouncing the wrong direction and bounced right up into the big mitts of that kid from Madisonville. Luckily, one of our offensive linemen was back there to put a stop to it.
So the Mustangs will set up 1st and 10 from their own 35-yard line after the fumble by the Lumberjacks. Garrett Kovar, it's a bad snap, and he is going to fall on it, and the Mustangs will should have a loss of 4 on that one, so it'll bring up 2nd down and about 14 to go for the Mustangs.
Yeah, same thing for Madisonville. You know, everybody's trying to kind of adjust here, and outside of that one big play that they had earlier, it's been quite a few mistakes by the Mustangs, quite a few mistakes by the Lumberjacks, and just a loss of about 8 or 9 yards there on that snap. So this is week 1 football.
So it's 2nd and 19. Kovar's just going to hand it off to Gilbert. That's Sampson. Sampson spinning off a would-be tacklers. He's going to bounce it outside, and he's got nothing but green grass in front of him. He's running down the sideline 10-5. He's going to look back. Touchdown Mustangs as he broke through the tackles, and the Mustangs will get 6.
Unfortunately, he should have been down for a gain of about 2 yards, and he was able to break a couple of tackles there just past the line of scrimmage with a nice spin move. And kid is quite swift, so once he broke into the open field, Diboll just didn't have enough speed to track him down. He took it down this left sideline right here in front of the home stands for a long touchdown. Diboll was in good position. We just didn't make the play. That's disappointing, but it's week 1.
That's going to go down as a 74-yard touchdown run for Jaden Simpson for the Mustangs as Anson Ward is back for the Mustangs to get the extra point try up and through the uprights, and that's good. So the Mustangs going up 14-0 here with 3:55 in the first quarter as you're listening to Diboll Lumberjack Football on YouTube and Facebook through C4 Media.
Made in America. A simple idea that means everything at Mueller Metal Roofs and Buildings. It means local branches, dealing with friends and neighbors you trust. It means innovation, leading the way with better solutions. It means caring about our products and even more about the people who use them. It means pride in a job well done. Mueller, made in America, made to last.
Terrell Insurance has been a proud supporter of Diboll Lumberjack athletics for over 30 years. From the Lumberjack Cups of the 90s and the touchdown footballs of the 2000s, Terrell Insurance has been there for the Jacks. Terrell Insurance has been a proud supporter of Lumberjack fans off the field as well. For all of your insurance needs, visit Terrell Insurance in Diboll.
(14-0) is our score with 3:55 left to go in the first quarter of action. Mustangs ahead of the Lumberjacks as the kickoff unit from Madisonville is on the field, and it'll be another short kick, and it'll be fielded by the Mustangs. It's another short kick, and the Mustangs fall on top of it inside their own territory at the 47-yard line is where they should set up.
It's another penalty here. I'm not sure if it was offsides or an illegal touching here, but referee on the near side threw a flag. So I can't imagine it would be anything else. It was thrown right at the 40-yard line where they kicked the ball from. I couldn't even tell if Diboll got their hands on the football at all before Madisonville grabbed it. So they'll make the call here momentarily, but I would assume this is going to be a re-kick.
Yeah, so they're heading back. Yep, and so there goes the return unit for the Jacks back on the field, as well as the kickoff unit for Madisonville, and they're putting it back on at the. They're going to kick it off from their own 35-yard line.
Yeah, so it's definitely going to be an illegal touching there, or an offsides. I didn't see the referee motion, so regardless, it'll be a re-kick here. And Diboll has another opportunity to try to field this football.
So the Lumberjacks will bring up 6 on the front line. in case the Mustangs want to go with the short kick once again. So Anson Ward is still setting it back up for the Mustangs as they're waiting on one more person to trot back out there. So 2 seconds were taken off the clock. So it's 3:53 left to go here in the first quarter. Madisonville leads Diboll 14-0. Anson Ward to kick it off, and he's going to go deep this time as Tyrese McMillan is going to give chase to it. He will field it at his own 2-yard line. He's going to make a cut and then another, and he's going to keep fighting for yards, and he'll be brought down inside of the 21-yard line for a really good 19-yard return there by McMillan. That's where the Lumberjacks are going to set up 1st and 10.
Nice little deke there by Madisonville. So they go for the onside. They get back, or they go for the onside kick, get backed up 5 yards, and he kicks it over the deep man's head, and the ball rolls to a stop at the 2-yard line. Don't think it could have been placed there any more perfect. And McMillan just did a good job picking it up and shaking a few guys and almost getting back to the 25-yard line. So good job by him.
So Lumberjacks coming back out onto the field, 1st and 10 from their own 22-yard line is where the ball is spotted. So 1st and 10, Rodriguez in the shotgun. Xander Rambula is the running back. As Rambula will get it, and he'll bounce it to the right side, and he's going to be spun out of bounds inside of the 28-yard line. That's where the Lumberjacks will set up 2nd down and 10 after the decent run there by Rambula.
Unfortunately, there was a block missed right out in front of him. He probably could have gone for more than 10 there, but his lead blocker, his eyes got a little too far downfield, and the backside safety was able to get through and get to Rambula. So, but still a nice gain there by Diboll on 1st down.
So 2nd down and 5 for the Lumberjacks from their own 28-yard line. Rodriguez in the shotgun barking out the snap, and he's going to find Aaron Robbins on the hitch route. And Robbins loses the ball, but luckily it goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. So the Lumberjacks will pick up enough needed for the 1st down and move the chains.
Yeah, nice throw there by Rodriguez, just getting the ball out quick and getting in his wide receiver's hands and letting him make a play. Got to hang on to the football there, though. That was a close call, but unfortunately, this game is kind of reminded me of last year's game where Madisonville kind of came out and jumped on Diboll early, and they had to work back all the way through the second half. So hopefully Diboll can go ahead and put their foot down, score a touchdown here on this drive.
On 1st and 10, Rodriguez putting a man in motion. That's Jackson Taylor on the sweep, and he's going to take it on the jet touch pass, and he will be brought down for about a gain of 1 on the play to bring up 2nd down after the carry.
I just don't see Diboll's trying to move side to side and make Madisonville run, but they're going to have to designate somebody to go out there every single play and block that safety from Madisonville, number 1, because he is coming downhill wide open and making every tackle. Kid is extremely fast, so they're going to have to designate a hat on him if they want these side to side runs to break.
Lumberjacks coming out in a pistol set on 2nd down and 10 as Rodriguez will hand it off to Sanchez. Sanchez is bouncing it to the left side, and he will be brought down at about the 42-yard line for a pickup of 5 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and 5 to go for the Jacks after the run by Sanchez.
Nice physical run there by Sanchez. He just takes the handoff and gets north and south and runs violently, which is what you want to do as a football player. So nice little run there, setting Diboll up 3rd and medium. So we'll see if Rodriguez can pull some more magic out of his hat here.
3rd down and 5 for the Lumberjacks with 1:30 left to go in the first quarter of action. They're down 14-0. So Rodriguez is going to sprint to the right side, and he's going to throw it directly to the defender for Madisonville, Lorenzo Childress, and 3 drives, 3 turnovers for the Jacks offense.
Unfortunately, that's one of those things you get with quarterbacks who haven't started a lot of games. He felt a little pressure in it. He was rolling to his right and kind of created the pressure himself, ran into it, and then tried to get rid of the ball and threw it right to the corner there. So that's unfortunate for Diboll. You could see the receiver he was trying to get. He was trying to hit the receiver on the drag route, but ran that route right into the defender. So Diboll's defense is going to have to step up here and put a stop to all these long plays if they want to have a chance to go further in this football game.
So after the return by Lorenzo Childress, the Mustangs will have the ball at the Lumberjack 34-yard line as Garrett Kovar will come out in a two-back set in the shotgun with receivers on both sides, and he's going to hand it off to Simpson. Simpson running through tackles, 1, 2, and then he's going to roll in. He's going to run into the end zone. Another touchdown here for the Mustangs.
Yep, it's just another, simple cutback play there. And Coach Morrison, unfortunately, he's going to have to do some retooling here and go back to the drawing board on the defensive side and find somebody that'll get out there and tackle. We're just missing too many tackles, and it's unfortunate they gave up another long touchdown there. So it's still the first quarter. I mean, there's a lot of time left in this football game for Diboll to clean this up.
Anson Ward is on for the extra point try, and the kick is up, and it is no good. It's wide right. So the score will remain Madisonville 20, Diboll 0 with 1:11 left to go in this first quarter of action from Lumberjack Stadium. We'll take a quick commercial timeout as you're listening to Diboll Lumberjack football on YouTube and Facebook through C4 Media.
C4 Media Productions proudly supports the Diboll Lumberjacks. Based at 205 North Temple, we are your one-stop shop for all of your video and social media needs. Whether you need a captivating TV commercial or a full social media marketing strategy to help drive sales, we've got you covered. Call us at 936-304-0707 or visit c4mediapros.com. C4 Media Productions. Reliable service, amazing results.
Madisonville ahead of Diboll 20-0 with 1:11 left to go in this first quarter of action from Lumberjack Stadium as Anson Ward gets set to kick it off for back to the Lumberjacks. The Lumberjacks will put 7 up front to receive, and Anson Ward's going to go deep, and this one's going to land in the end zone for a touchback. So Lumberjacks will have the ball set up from their own 25-yard line as a result.
All right, Diboll's going to have to kind of shake the cobwebs off here shake the cobwebs out of their eyes and get back to work and just put their head down and start grinding and find a way to put the ball in the end zone. You can't risk going down by any more than what you are right now. Even this early in the ball game, you have to start showing something if you want any chance in the second half. So offense needs to put their head down and make some plays here and just stop the simple mistakes, and I think they'll be okay.
Lumberjacks will have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 25-yard line after the touchback. Rodriguez, senior quarterback, leading the charge for the Lumberjacks. That's Riley Arambula in at quarterback, and he's just going to hand it off to the running back on the play, as that was DeCarlos Sanchez getting the carry for about a pickup of 4 on the play. It's going to bring up second down and 6 to go for the Jacks.
Well, not a bad play there, running right up the middle for 4.5 yards there. So try to find something that works here for Diboll and see if they can take some time off the clock and rest that defense.
40 seconds left to go in this first quarter. Riley Arambula dropping back to pass, and first pass is going to be intercepted as it's going to land in the hands of Cameron Simpson, as it was just underthrown and Simpson was right there to catch it. So it'll be Mustang ball from the Lumberjack 34-yard line after the interception by Arambula.
Just going to the well one too many times there, trying that same little stop route that they've hit for a few first downs early in the ball game, and quarterback just comes into the ball game. He's trying to get in rhythm, trying to make a good throw, trying to get the ball out quick, and Madisonville anticipates it, undercuts it, and Arambula throws it right to him. Just unfortunate 4 drives, 4 turnovers here for Diboll, and at some point they're going to have to stop punching holes in the ship and start bailing water.
So here comes the Mustang offense on 1st and 10 from the Lumberjack 34-yard line. It's a two-back look for Garrett Kovar, who is the sophomore quarterback for Madisonville. He's dropping back to pass. He's looking to his left side, and he's just going to overthrow his intended target, Malachi Kovar. And that's going to be an incomplete pass, 2nd down and 10 after that.
One thing I will say about this Madisonville team, man, there is a lot of speed on this field. Wide receivers, their running back position, just a lot of speed. Diboll seems to be having a lot of issues with it, not quite getting there to make the tackles. And if the ball's in the air, thrown in the air, I mean, they just look really fast. So Morrison's got his work cut out for him right now.
So 2nd and 10 for the Mustangs. They're coming back in the same look as the previous play. And it's going to be another handoff to Simpson. Simpson bursting through the hole, making another cut to the right side. And once again, he's walking into the end zone. Another touchdown for the Mustangs as they go up 26-0 with 21 seconds left here in the first quarter.
Yep, so that is the same play that they've scored on. That's 3 times in a row now that they've run that play and scored a touchdown on it. It's really just kind of a simple cutback with guard and tackle pulling around to that side. Diboll's just too many people diving at the feet of the runner instead of trying to meet the runner. And right now they're in a bind. They're hurting on the defensive side of the ball.
Anson Ward on for the extra point try. He missed it last time. He's going to get it through the uprights this time. So the Mustangs will go up 27-0 with 21 seconds remaining in this first quarter of action from Lumberjack Stadium.
Terrell Insurance has been a proud supporter of Diboll Lumberjack athletics for over 30 years. From the Lumberjack Cups of the 90s and the touchdown footballs of the 2000s, Terrell Insurance has been there for the Jacks. Terrell Insurance has been a proud supporter of Lumberjack fans off the field as well. For all of your insurance needs, visit Terrell Insurance in Diboll.
Made in America. A simple idea that means everything at Mueller Metal Roofs and Buildings. It means local branches dealing with friends and neighbors you trust. It means innovation, leading the way with better solutions. It means caring about our products and even more about the people who use them. It means pride in a job well done. Mueller, made in America, made to last.
So Anson Ward will boot it away as this will land in the hands of the return man. That's Ty Jones, as Ty Jones will move it cut it to the near side, and he'll be brought down for a good return at the 25-yard line. So that's where the Lumberjacks are going to come up, 1st and 10, but the Mustangs are saying that they have the ball. Come up and said they have the ball, so let's see what. Nope, it'll remain in possession of the Lumberjacks. So 1st and 10, Diboll after the return by Ty Jones.
All right, so here we are again starting this drive. So Diboll, you got to figure out something that's going to work here long term and get that defense off the field, because right now your defense is searching for answers. So we need to get some kind of drive here, sustained drive going, and try to run the football or do something and march down the field.
So with 13 seconds left, let's see what the Jacks can do here as Riley Arambula will hand it off to his cousin Xander Arambula, who burst through the hole, and he's going to be brought down at the 33-yard line, and that should do it for the end of one quarter here at Lumberjack Stadium. And it's been nothing but the Mustangs here as they're ahead 27-0 going into the second quarter of action. As we'll take a quick timeout. You're listening to Diboll Lumberjack Football on YouTube and Facebook through C4 Media.
Attention East Texas. When it comes to welding, fabrication, hydroblasting, sandblasting, vacuum truck services, and plant maintenance, there's only one name you need to know: PPR Industrial Services. Located in Lufkin, Texas, PPR delivers top quality services with 24/7 support. The mission to exceed customer expectations, PPR focuses on safety and excellence in every job. Call them today at 936-676-0982 and let PPR handle your toughest projects. PPR Industrial Services, where quality matters.
What's in a name, a reputation to bring and quality. What's in a name?
There are so many questions to consider when choosing the right auto insurance. Liability coverage, comprehensive, how much coverage is enough? We can help you make sure you're getting the protection that's right for you. Terrell Insurance Agency is the name to know. 902 North Temple Drive, Terrell Insurance Agency.
Let me set the record straight for a minute. Hate, I get it, say it with them. I don't give a I'm cool with it. Play and peep the fans with them. Yeah, they gon' remember mine. Yeah, you and I, they already. He an outlaw getting off when he calls envy. Hit the peanut gallery, they all jelly. Yeah, they gon' remember mine. Yeah, we let them say what they gon' say
About to get the second quarter started as the Lumberjacks and Mustangs make their way back out onto the field. It's 2nd down and 4 for the Lumberjacks. The ball is spotted on their own 33-yard line. They're moving right to left after the change in quarters. So it's Riley Rambula in the pistol set. He has a man in motion. He's going to hand it off to the running back, to Carlos Sanchez. And Sanchez will plow forward, and he'll be brought down inside of the 41-yard line for a first down for the Lumberjacks.
Really nice run there by Sanchez, man. Hit it up inside, hit a little spin move, and jumped forward for a first down there. And that's what Diboll needs. We need more of it. You know, whatever we got to do to grind out some first downs here and get some points on the board.
It's 1st and 10 for the Jacks on their own 41-yard line after the pickup by Sanchez. As the Rambula will hand it off to Sanchez, and he will be brought down by the turf monster for about a loss of 1 on the play. It'll bring up 2nd and 11 after being brought down.
Just too much penetration in the backfield right there. Just as soon as he got the ball, there, 3 guys in his face. He's trying to plant and turn up field, and foot slips out from underneath him, and he's right down right there at the line of scrimmage. And if you're Diboll right now, unfortunately, you really can't afford to have any negative plays or plays for no gain that put you behind the sticks, because things just haven't been going your way with 4 turnovers and 4 possessions.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Jacks after the slip by Sanchez just a moment ago. It's a 2-receiver set. And before we can get anything going, Coach Morrison is going to burn his first timeout of the half. And we'll take a timeout with him as well. You're listening to Diboll Lumberjack Football on YouTube and Facebook through C4 Media.
What's in a name, a reputation to bring you service and quality. What's in a name?
What's in a name? A reputation at Terrell Insurance Agency. What does tomorrow hold? Good things if you plan correctly. And Terrell Insurance Agency can help you do just that. We offer auto, home, and business insurance. That's Terrell Insurance Agency, 902 North Temple Drive.
Attention East Texas businesses. Are you looking to reach a dedicated and engaged local audience? The Diboll Sports broadcast is the perfect opportunity for you. Our broadcasts are the heartbeat of Diboll Sports, connecting passionate fans with businesses just like yours. When you advertise with us, you're not just placing an ad, you're becoming a part of the community. With Diboll Sports broadcast, your message will be heard by thousands of listeners who live, work, and shop right here in East Texas. Contact Jared at C4 Media Productions today. Visit c4mediapros.com or give us a call at 936-304-0707 to learn more. Diboll Sports Broadcast. We are your hometown heartbeat.
Yeah.
So on 2nd down and 10, Riley Rambler is going to drop back to pass, and he is going to connect with Tyrese McMillan on the left side, and Tyrese McMillan will walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Lumberjacks, but there was a flag at the end of the run.
Unfortunately, they're about to get McMillan for taunting as he went into the end zone, but really nice pass there by Rambula, really nice catch by McMillan. And I'm not sure why he was showing off there as he went into the end zone as he's down 27 points. But that's one of those things, man. You just got to get it out of these young kids, get it out of their system, and push ahead and try to keep winning.
So the penalty is on the Lumberjacks, but let's see, I'm trying to take a look here. So they waved off the penalty, and the touchdown will stand. So now coming on for the extra point try for the Lumberjacks will be Brian Villanueva. So that will go down as a 59-yard touchdown pass from Riley Arambula, connecting with his teammate Tyrese McMillan, the all-district player from last season, to get the first points of the season for the Jacks. And the kick is blocked. And that'll leave the score at Madisonville 27, Diboll 6. But regardless, Diboll's on the scoreboard.
Yeah, unfortunately, everything seems like it's kind of coming at a struggle right now. Nobody even stuck their hand out to try and get a hand on that rusher that came from the outside right there, and he just came in unblocked and got a block. And luckily, the kicker kicked it low whenever the kid came diving in, and it went right to the back of the offensive line. But nothing's coming easy right now for Diboll, but they just got to keep fighting, man. You can't. Unfortunately, I've been in this situation in the past, and I've seen Diboll in this situation in the past when I wasn't playing, and you can't give up. You just got to dig down deep and try to get to halftime without giving up any more points, and then see what happens in the second half.
So again, that was a 59-yard touchdown pass from Riley Arambula, connecting with Tyrese McMillan, who broke one tackle and then sprinted into the end zone. There would have been a taunting penalty, but they waved it off, luckily, for the Lumberjacks. So now Lumberjacks are going to kick it off. The Mustangs return unit on the field with 10:37 remaining here in the first half of action. Jacks down 27-6. So Ivan Gomez getting the kickoff unit set for Diboll as they break their huddle and head onto their spots. The Mustangs with 3 back deep to receive. So Gomez checking his sides. And it'll be a high kick fielded at the 25-yard line by Tristan Whaley. Whaley moving it to the left side, and he breaks a tackle, and then he's going to be met up by a swarm of Lumberjacks back at the 24-yard line. So that's where the Mustangs are going to set up 1st and 10 after the return by Tristan Whaley.
Not bad coverage there. Had one guy get down the field early, couldn't tell who it was. Put a nice hit on Whaley, but couldn't get him down to the ground. But luckily, by the time Whaley squirted loose, there were about 5 or 6 more Lumberjacks there to clean up the mess. So Diboll's defense has Madisonville back in some decent field position here, and potential to try and turn things around on defense here early in the second quarter.
The Mustangs trotting back out onto the field on offense, as well as the Lumberjack defense. It's going to be a diamond set for the Mustangs out of the pistol formation. As Kovar is going to hand it, it's going to keep it on the zone read. It's going to bounce it out to the left side, burst the hole, breaks a tackle, cuts through another, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds inside Diboll territory at about the 31-yard line. That's going to be a huge gain and a first down for the Mustangs. Lumberjack defense really needs to tighten up here.
Yeah, just no one is tackling right now. They're not putting anybody on the ground. Just like I said earlier, a lot of diving at people's feet, and he just pulled that ball out of that halfback's stomach, took it around the end, and luckily the sideline was over there, because if the sideline wasn't, nobody was going to stop him.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Mustangs from the Lumberjack 31-yard line after the run by Garrick Kovar. So go back to that same formation. It's going to be a pick. Yes! And coming up on the pick is Aiden Morris, who bit on that route, and he is going to be brought down inside of the Mustang 45-yard line. Aiden Morris wasn't fooled by that one. He was right in the side of the throw, and he's going to return it back inside Mustang territory. 1st and 10, Lumberjacks.
Great read right there by Morris as the play-action fake. Quarterback tried to get it over the middle quick. Morris just makes a great break on the football, catches it in stride, and is headed back the other way. Nearly broke that last tackle to keep on going down the field, but it looked like the quarterback maybe had him by the jersey and forced him out of bounds there. But Diboll set up with great field position here. 1st down and 10 at the Madisonville 44-yard line. So if you can drive down the field here, spin a little clock and score another touchdown, man, you're right back in the ball game.
We'll see what the Jacks can do offensively here on 1st and 10. Riley Arambula in the shotgun, handing it off to Xander Arambula, who finds a hole and he's going to burst through, and he's going to plow through for a tough gain on the play, right down to about the 35-yard line. Pickup of 9 on the run by Xander. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 1.
Yep, good job there. That's what Diboll needed. That's what we need to keep doing. Pound the football and take shots and hit open passes when we can. But overall, you need to pound the rock and wear on this Madisonville defense a little bit.
2nd down and 1 coming up for the Lumberjacks. Riley Arambula with the 2 receivers set to his right, Aaron Robbins to his left, Aiden Chavis coming in motion. And it's going to be a direct handoff to Xander. And Xander Arambula finds a hole, gets the 1st down. He's going to be brought down in the red zone at the Mustang 20-yard line. Xander Arambula is running tough, and he's going to get a 1st down after that.
Nice shifty movement on that run there. Takes the handoff, starts outside, and then puts his foot down and just cuts it straight up the field. Xander, he's very shifty. I like the way he runs. He's probably quicker than he is fast, but when he gets going, it's hard for these guys to get a hand on him and get him stopped. So nice run right there by the young man.
1st and 10 for the Lumberjacks. And it's going to be a handoff to Sanchez. Sanchez trying to find running room, and the Lumberjacks trying to push the pile, but Sanchez will be brought down at about the Mustang 16-yard line for about a pickup of 4 on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd down after Sanchez's run.
Sanchez just doing what he does, put his head down and drive forward and gain 4 or 5 yards every time he touches the football. I mean, can't be mad at that. That's the type of runner he is, and he does a good job at it.
So pickup of 4 after the run, 2nd down and 6 for the Lumberjacks as he puts the slot receiver in motion. That's McMillan, and it's going to be a handoff to Sanchez. Sanchez keeping his feet moving, and he's going to be brought down inside of the 9-yard line as Sanchez will have enough for the 1st down. It should be 1st and goal for the Lumberjacks at the 9-yard line of Madisonville.
Yeah, 1st and goal here, and actually should have been about 1st and goal from the 7. That was a poor spot. He actually rolled over the top of a defender for another 2 yards. But either way, 1st down, good run by Sanchez, and Diboll's knocking on the door.
That's going quickly as on 1st and goal, Sanchez gets bottled up immediately for no gain on the play. 2nd down coming up after the stop.
Outside linebacker coming unblocked right there, and Sanchez just didn't have anywhere to go, just stuck his head down and was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. So just going to the well one too many times there, and it'd be interesting to see what they do to combat that outside linebacker blitz from Madisonville.
7:14 left to go in the 2nd quarter. Mustangs lead Diboll 27-6. Riley Arambula in the shotgun. He's going to bring his receiver in motion once again. Tyrese McMillan who's going to get it on the handoff. He breaks a tackle, slips out of another, finds a hole, breaking through, and he's going to be brought down at the 5-yard line for a pickup of 4 on the run. So Tyrese McMillan turned a negative into a positive, and it will bring up 3rd and goal for the Jacks.
Yeah, just an outstanding play by McMillan. Outstanding solo effort there. Offensive line just absolutely opened up and let the defensive line blow through. And McMillan broke a tackle, planted his foot, went back to the left side, and then turned straight upfield for a gain of 4. So just an absolutely sensational effort by that young man just to give us a chance here on 3rd down.
So on 3rd and goal, we'll see what the Lumberjacks will decide to do here, but they'll need more time to discuss as Coach Morrison will burn his 2nd timeout of the half, and we'll take a timeout with him. You're listening to Diboll Lumberjack Football on YouTube and Facebook through C4 Media.
Made in America. A simple idea that means everything at Mueller Metal Roofs and Buildings. It means local branches, dealing with friends and neighbors you trust. It means innovation, leading the way with better solutions. It means caring about our products and even more about the people who use them. It means pride in a job well done. Mueller, made in America, made to last.
What's in a name, a reputation to bring you service and quality? What's in a name?
What's in a name? Our reputation at Terrell Insurance Agency. What does tomorrow hold? Good things if you plan correctly. And Terrell Insurance Agency can help you do just that. We offer auto, home, and business insurance. That's Terrell Insurance Agency, 902 North Temple Drive.
So it's third and goal for the Lumberjacks as both teams trot back out onto the field after having discussions with their coaches. Just want to let you all know to increase engagement. We just want you all to, if you're listening in on either YouTube or Facebook, please be sure to comment where you're listening in from, and we'll probably get to shout you out. Just using the chat feature. As on third and goal, it's a play action pass for Riley Arambula. He finds Aaron Robbins in the end zone. Touchdown, Lumberjacks.
Nice job by Romula, man. He's come in, and I know he had the interception on the first play, on his first throw, but he's come in and really kind of settled the offense down, although I do think the play calling's helped a little bit as well, calling more runs, and that was a nice pass there, but it looks like Diboll has looks to be an offensive lineman, I think, down on the field right now.
So we can't make out who it is as they're crowding around. So we'll take a commercial timeout as you're listening to Diboll Lumberjack Football on Facebook and YouTube through C4 Media.
Attention East Texas. When it comes to welding, fabrication, hydroblasting, sandblasting, vacuum truck services, and plant maintenance, there's only one name you need to know. PPR Industrial Services. Located in Lufkin, Texas, PPR delivers top quality services with 24/7 support. With a mission to exceed customer expectations, PPR focuses on safety and excellence in every job. Call them today at 936-676-0982 and let PPR handle your toughest projects. PPR Industrial Services, where quality matters.
So after the injury timeout, it is on to attempt the extra point try is Brian Villanueva, and it's going to be a botched hold by Riley Arambula, and the extra point is going to be no good as a result of that. So the injured player was for the Lumberjacks, and it was Andres Montoya, but luckily he was able to hop off the field on his own power, so really glad to see that, as well as the Lumberjacks getting another score on the board as they trim this deficit down. It's 27-12, our new score with 6:14 left to go in this second quarter of action. Madisonville with the lead.
Unfortunately, just a really poor snap on that extra point attempt. It kind of rolled back there to Arambula, and he tried to put it down but lost control of it and just tried to cover it and actually had his helmet knocked off whenever the Madisonville defender dove into him. So Diboll has put themselves back in position here in this ball game. They're in position to make this a game. You have plenty of time left here, 6 minutes and 14 seconds before halftime. If your defense can come up with another stop, if we can tackle the running back, you're potentially having a chance to drive down and get a score closer before half.
So Ivan Gomez will boot it away, and it's going to be a short kick, and the Mustangs will fall on it at their own 40-yard line. So it's going to bring up 1st and 10. Mustangs in pretty decent field position to get this next drive started.
And Diboll electing to go with sort of a surprise onside kick right there, and actually took a very good hop for Diboll, but it was a little bit too far down the field rather than towards the sideline, and once it jumped the Madisonville player, it landed right in the arms of another one. So, but not a bad idea. I kind of like what Morrison's thinking right there. Your defense has been getting gassed, so you're trying to get the ball back and keep the momentum, but here we go. Madisonville 1st and 10 at their own 40. Diboll defense has to step up here and make some kind of play.
We'll see how the Lumberjacks respond as Garrett Kovar, the sophomore quarterback for the Mustangs, in the shotgun. He's going to throw a screen pass to the left side to Tristan Whaley, and Whaley will be brought down at midfield for a pickup of 11 on the play. It's going to bring up 1st down for the Mustangs, as on the stop for the Lumberjacks was Tyrese McMillan.
Madisonville's coaches just being smart here. They know Diboll's about to try to load up to stop the run after, 4 or 3 consecutive plays of 40-plus yards scores by the running back. So they line up wide and just sling a quick screen pass out there and goes for 12 yards.
1st and 10 Mustangs with the two-back set. Ball is on the Diboll 49-yard line. Kovar handing it off to Gilbert. Carmelo Gilbert will be brought down at about the 41-yard line of Diboll as DeCarlo Sanchez in on the stop, as well as Aiden Morris, as well as Ty Jones. So it'll bring up 2nd down and 2 for the Mustangs.
Unfortunately, it's just too much on 1st down. Madisonville is getting, 7, 8 yards deep before Diboll gets a finger on them. So I don't know, Morrison's just going to have to keep making, him and his defensive coordinator just have to keep making adjustments and keep working and try to find something that works and try to get into the backfield and put a stop to this running game before it gets started.
So a timeout is called here by didn't see who called the timeout, but listening in is Wendy Terry. Wendy from Terrell Insurance is listening in from home with a sick kiddo, and she tells us that we are doing a great job, and she also says, "Go Jacks," as she is listening in on YouTube. So I'd like to thank you, Miss Wendy, for listening in, and we hope that your kid gets well soon. Thank you so much for listening in. We really appreciate it. So I didn't see who took the timeout, but the Mustangs will set up 2nd down and 2. They were the ones that took the timeout. I believe that's their 2nd one of the half. So now both teams are trotting back out onto the field. 2nd and 2 with the two-back look for Madisonville offensively. As it will be a handoff to the outside to Simpson. Simpson breaking a tackle, hurdling a defender, and he's going to be brought down by Eli Terrell, and he's probably going to get called for a horse collar on that one, as I saw the jersey coming up off of the pads. So they could add more after the run by Simpson.
Yeah, very nice run there by Simpson. I mean, he hurdled a Diboll defender. Looked like maybe DeCarlo Sanchez, but it's just like I say, we have to get guys on the ground, and right now they're just not able to do it. And right there at the end of that run, we have a kid diving out, just grabbing onto whatever he can grab onto, and ends up with the horse collar. It's going to be 15 more yards on the back of a 15-yard run. So, Diboll's just I don't know what kind of adjustments they're going to have to make, but defensively they just they can't afford to live like this.
Aside from the penalty by the Lumberjacks, the Mustangs have the ball 1st and 10 from the Lumberjack 14-yard line. Kovar with the two-back look is going to hand it off to Gilbert, and bam, he's going to be met up by 3 Lumberjacks. Barrett Price in on the stop, as well as Luis Rambula, Eli Terrell, and DeCarlo Sanchez, as Gilbert had nowhere to go. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 14 for the Mustangs.
Yeah, it looks like our answer to stopping this running game is going to be to turn up the heat a little bit and try to get into the backfield, which at this point seems like a good idea because it's been a tough go all night.
4:35 remaining in the 2nd quarter of action. Madisonville leading Diboll 27-12. On 2nd down and 14, Kovar in the shotgun with 3 receivers to his left, as he's going to keep it on the zone read as he runs into the back of his lineman, and he's going to be brought down at the legs by Sanchez right around the 15-yard line. So it's going to put them back at the original line of scrimmage to bring up 3rd down and 10 to go for the Mustangs.
Now, if you're the Lumberjacks, that wasn't a great effort right there, but you're still 3rd and 10. Madisonville's going to go for this. I mean, there's no way I would kick a field goal if I could run the ball this well like they are. So you have 2 downs here. Let's get another negative play right here and get the ball back.
So on 3rd and 11, the Mustang offense is going to go with the same look. Kovar looking to his left, and he's going to overthrow his intended target, incomplete, and there was some mustard on the lettuce. A flag was thrown at midfield.
It does look like it's going to be a holding call, but what's going to be interesting here is, as Morrison, do you take the result of the play, which was an incomplete pass into the end zone. So you're looking at 4th down and 14.5 yards here for Madisonville to score. If you can hold them one more time, you get the ball back. Looks like he did decline the penalty. So Diboll or Madisonville will be facing a 4th down and 10 from the 14-yard line.
So the Mustangs will bring out the field goal unit as Anson Ward is on for this field goal try. With 3:38 left to go in the first half of action. Anson Ward's kick is up and it's no good. So the Lumberjacks will come up with a stop here, and the Lumberjack offense will come back out as for the first time this evening the defense comes up with a stop. So we'll see what the offense can do as a result of that. So that's awesome. If it's going to provide a spark, let's see if that's it.
Well, they did what they had to do, right? They had to find any way to get a stop. Got down here 3rd down. Madisonville kind of went away from their tendency here and try to roll out pass to the left side, and nobody was home. So, with a little bit of help from Madisonville and some good work by the defense, Diboll sitting here at the ball, 1st and 10 at the 14.5-yard line with a chance to try and make up some more of this deficit with a little over 3 minutes left.
So 1st and 10 for the Lumberjacks as Aiden Chavis will come in motion from his slot receiver position. And it's going to be a handoff to the running back, Xander Arambula, who spins out of a tackle, still fighting for more. It's going to take 2 guys to bring him down at the 21-yard line. That was the best 6-yard gain I've ever seen. 2nd down coming up after the run.
Nice, tough run by Xander there, man. He's a good little runner, nice little runner, shifty, stays on his feet. Really like the way he carries the football. But unfortunately right now, Diboll's going to need a little bit more than 6-7 yards a pop to get this done. So going to be interesting to see how we attack off of those nice runs by Xander.
2:53 left to go in the first half. 2nd down and 4. It's going to be another handoff to Xander. Xander plowing through, spinning out of would-be tackles, and he will be brought down at the 30-yard line. And that's going to be another 1st down for the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, another nice run, just toting the peel, man, spinning, pumping, driving his legs. Doesn't want to be brought down by one tackler, and that's what you have to have. Just really nice run by that young man. Diboll's, the first down's the hardest, so we're in business now.
Riley Ramble in the shotgun. Coming in motion in the slot receiver set is Tyrese McMillan. McMillan getting the handoff, bouncing out and bouncing outside, and he's going to be wise with the time on the clock. It's 2:19 left, and McMillan is going to run out of bounds at the 44-yard line, and it's another 1st down for the Lumberjacks. They're moving this one with 2:18 left here in the first half.
In the words of the immortal Jackie Chan in Rush Hour, good God, y'all. Ricardo Garcia just absolutely laid the lumber to the Madisonville outside linebacker and opened up that hole. What a massive shot that was. The Lumberjacks are in business.
1st and 10 for the Jacks on their own 44-yard line. It's another handoff to Arambula. He spins out of a tackle. He tries to plow through, and he will be brought down for about a gain of 4 on the play. The ball is spotted at the 49-yard line with 2:05 left to go here in the second quarter. And I also want to bring this up, but this is a huge rule change. But for the first time ever, the UIL implemented a 2-minute timeout. So that's what we're seeing come into effect. It's just like the 2-minute rule here that you see in college football and the NFL. So for the first time this evening, we're experiencing the 2-minute timeout rule that was implemented by the UIL during the offseason.
Benefit Diboll at this point. Diboll sitting on some timeouts. They got 2 minutes left to drive 51 yards to score another touchdown. I mean, nice little break here at 2nd down and 5. You just keep doing what you're doing. You have 3 timeouts and don't have to get in too big of a hurry here. You just got to keep pace and keep moving the sticks. What kills you in these situations is a negative play. As long as they stay out of a negative play, they have plenty of time and plenty of timeouts to put another score on the board.
So both teams heading back out onto the field. Just want to remind y'all, this is a new rule implemented by the UIL, and there will be a 2-minute timeout at the end of each half. So we just seen it come into play for the first half as the Lumberjacks regroup here on 2nd down and 5. Riley Rambula in the shotgun with Aiden Morris, the lone receiver, to the right side, and we have a bunch receiver set here on the left side of the play. As it's going to be a handoff to DeCarlos Sanchez, and he will be brought down for a gain of 1 on the play. The ball will be spotted right at midfield. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 4. The Jacks need to get it going. We got 1:48 to go here in the first half.
Yeah, trying to run behind that bunch set that they had there on the left side, but Madisonville at this point just bringing everybody up because they know Diboll is trying to pound the football and take time off the clock on their way to scoring a touchdown here. So no gain, 3rd down and 5 here. I mean, you need to get at least half of this to have a chance on 4th down.
Coming in motion is Tyrese McMillan as Riley Rambula dropping back to pass. He's looking deep for his intended target, Aaron Robinson. He just overthrows him on the post route, and it's going to bring up 4th down and 5. Let's see what the Lumberjacks elect to do here with 1:15 left to go in the second quarter.
Yeah, had his man open there. Unfortunately, there was pressure right up the middle in his face, and he was just trying to get rid of the ball and didn't quite put enough air underneath it. He puts a little bit of air underneath that football. That's a walk-in touchdown. So Morrison not taking any chances here. 4th down and 5. We're lining up to punt the football and try to pin Madisonville back where they can't flip the script and score any more points.
So Eli Terrell is on to handle the punting duties. Back deep to receive for the Mustangs is Tristan Whaley. And the punt is going to take a Diboll bounce inside of the 15-yard line. It's going to take a slight Mustang roll by 1 more yard. So that ball will be spotted down inside of the 15-yard line. So really good punt there by Terrell to get the Mustangs pinned inside of their own 20-yard line and beyond.
Yes, very, very nice punt right there. High, it wasn't extremely deep off the leg, but very high, and allowed his defenders to get down there. And then once it hit the ground, it took a good 15-yard roll. So very nice punt. That's exactly what Morrison wanted to see right there. And Diboll's defense needs to get it in gear here and let's stop these guys from scoring before half.
So 1:01 left to go here in the second quarter. Madisonville leads 27-12 over the Lumberjacks as Garrett Kovar is in the pistol diamond formation. As it will be a direct handoff, and he's going to get bottled up immediately. On the carry was Jaden Simpson. He's met up by a swarm of Lumberjacks. Coming up, making the stop was Jamarcus Nieves, DeCarlos Sanchez, as well as A.J. Emmons.
Madisonville happy to go with that diamond formation again, trying to run that same cutback play, but you can see Diboll has put a lot more people in the box now. Look, got guys 4 down on the line. They're trying to get a lot more penetration and put a stop to that running game before it starts.
So it's 2nd down and 14 after the loss on the play. As Kovar will hand it off to Gilbert. Gilbert bouncing it outside with a burst, and he's going to be brought down by Tyrese McMillan right at the 21-yard line for a pickup of about 7 on the play.
Very nice tackle in the open field by McMillan right there. He came off of his blocker and came down and made a very nice tackle there in the open field to stop a longer run and force us into halftime.
That'll do it after the end of one half here at Lumberjack Stadium. It's the Madisonville Mustangs ahead of the Diboll Lumberjacks by a score of 27-12. As we'll be right back to give you guys a first half recap as you're listening to Diboll Lumberjack football on YouTube and Facebook through C4 Media.
For the best in quality, we are the one.
America loves a winner. The proof is in our fascination with sports. In the years since Terrell Insurance Agency has been here, we've witnessed 25 World Series championships and Super Bowls. It's a fact that good teams come and go. A team that wins it all one year might finish at the bottom just a few years later. At Terrell Insurance Agency, we pride ourselves on our stability. Through all the years, we've been able to say we are the one through the good times and the bad. You can count on us. That's a promise from our family to yours. Terrell Insurance Agency, 902 North Temple Drive.
You can depend on a Mueller metal roof.
We were fortunate enough to be able to build a house on family land, and we've really enjoyed being out here. We couldn't ask for a better place to raise our boys.
Our home builder, I don't believe had ever had an experience with working with Mueller and had nothing but great things to say about the company, about the process.
Everybody was professional.
If anybody mentions the word metal, we say we know a guy and give them the phone number to Mueller.
Find out more at MuellerINC.com.
C4 Media Productions proudly supports the Diboll Lumberjacks. Based at 205 North Temple, we are your one-stop shop for all of your video and social media needs. Whether you need a captivating TV commercial or a full social media marketing strategy to help drive sales, we've got you covered. Call us at 936-304-0707 or visit c4mediapros.com. C4 Media Productions. Reliable service, amazing results. Terrell Insurance has been a proud supporter of Diboll Lumberjack athletics for over 30 years. From the Lumberjack Cups of the 90s and the touchdown footballs of the 2000s, Terrell Insurance has been there for the Jacks. Terrell Insurance has been a proud supporter of Lumberjack fans off the field as well. For all of your insurance needs, visit Terrell Insurance in Diboll.
Yeah. Let's go. We just gotta go hard. I go the hardest. I bring the pain. Not what she used to.
So at the end of one half, it's Madisonville ahead of Diboll by a score of 27-12. We'll see how we got here. As on the first play of the game, Garrett Kovar finds his target, Tristan Whaley, for a 66-yard touchdown pass. Extra point good. Madisonville goes up 7-0. And then they respond once again as Jaden Simpson takes it 74 yards to the house to put them up 14-0. Then Simpson did it again with a 35-yard touchdown run. And the extra point no good. Mustangs up 20-0. And then to round out the end of the first quarter scoring, Simpson took it again on a 35-yard touchdown run. Mustangs up 27-0. And then in the second quarter, the Lumberjacks making a comeback as Riley Arambula scores with a 59-yard touchdown pass to Tyrese McMillan. The extra point was blocked, and then the Lumberjacks score again with a touchdown pass from Riley Arambula to Aaron Robbins to get to where we're at by a score of 27-12. Drillin, so far, your first half thoughts on this game?
Honestly, man, I'm just glad to see the way Diboll fought back after that first quarter. I mean, it was very, startling the way things happened in the first quarter with 4 consecutive drives with 4 consecutive turnovers, and then to give up those long touchdown plays back to back to back to back. It is really very startling. I didn't expect to see that out of Diboll at all. So for them to come back in the second quarter and really honestly dominate that entire second quarter as far as time of possession and yardage wise, I was very happy about that. And they get the ball at after halftime, so very easily, I mean, we could come out, take this ball after halftime, drive down the field, score a touchdown. It's a one possession game. They're right back in it. So very pleased with the way the second quarter played out.
So we'll see how the Jacks can adjust and regroup going into the second half of action, as again it is halftime here at Lumberjack Stadium. Madisonville ahead of Diboll by a score of 27-12. And once again, we will play the Lumberjack Coaches Show, brought to you by Terrell Insurance Agency.
Yeah. Let's go. We just gotta go hard. I go the hardest. I bring the pain.
Welcome to the Lumberjack Coaches Show, presented by Terrell Insurance. I'm your host, Jared Christmas, and I'm sitting with Coach Blake Morrison today. Coach, you're entering your 12th year in Diboll. How has this preseason felt compared to some of the previous years?
I'd say it's an unknown. We knew what we had coming back, and had a decent spring. I thought the summer was above average, so the kids worked hard. But coming into this, a lot of questions. We got a ton of questions, a lot of vacancies, and for the most part, it's been a every year is different, So, I mean, this is, it don't remind me of of 14 and 15, 18, or anything like that. I mean, I really don't. It just each year you get a new. You got to find your identity, and we'll see what these kids are, what they're about here soon.
So, from a coaching perspective, what excites you about this new group of players that you have this year?
Well, I mean, every year is exciting because I mean, that's the great thing about being in high school sports. Every year is different, So you learn from your mistakes. You look at different ways maybe to do things, and try to get better according to how they are. Okay, that's what I tell everybody all the time. We got to find what ingredients we got before we can make anything. If we ain't got the ingredients for a good gumbo, then why are we trying to make gumbo? So, we look at what the kids are, how they're buying into working and look, we look at them and say, okay, look, I think you can play, this is what your skill set looks like. And we get them out there. And sometimes there's people that can play on air and there's people that can't play on air. There's people that you feel like's got to be in the trenches and they're not a trench person. And it's you just got to find that. In 3A we start in the beginning of August, and I think we had 5 days of acclimation that we have to do, and then we put the pads on, then we butt it up a little bit and start going. Then we have our first scrimmage, and we kind of look at the pieces and how it's going because everybody looks good without pads on. And we get an opponent and see what we can do, and then from there we made some minor adjustments going into the next week and looking at that and just see what our skill set is on offense and then what it is on defense and what this person is. And so it's been we're trying to solve that Sudoku puzzle, you know what I'm saying? So, but once we get it, I think we got a great bunch of kids, and they're working really hard right now. So once we figure it out and they start believing and I try to tell them all the time. And I was watching that Netflix about the Cowboys, and Troy Aikman was sitting there going, this game was, he said, when this started, this is a professional athlete, okay? In the NFC Championship game, he said, the game was so fast. He said it was so fast, but then as I got into it, it slowed down. Well, that's the deal. I mean, these kids have got to understand that, this game's going to be fast, and we try to, and we scrimmaged decent kid. Jasper, I think, they're decent. Liberty's a lot better than they were last year, and so is Kirbyville. So we got 3 quality opponents looking at, and just to see, try to see if it slowed down any. For some it did, for some it didn't. So, it takes time. It takes time, but it's been fun up until this part, enjoyable with these kids and trying to see what we can do. And then this Friday we're going to put it out on the field and see if we miss some things or if we hit it spot on.
So, Coach, this year we have 9 returning starters. How much has the team grown and matured since the beginning of practice? And how have the leaders in the locker room stepped up during this off season to kind of set the tone for the year?
Well, we have 9 returners. And that's you can talk about what goes on between the white lines and all that kind of stuff and everything, but leaders do have to come forward. I mean, there's these kids around here have got to understand, and we talk to them. I mean, we got us we're doing some new things, and to try to get leaders to come out. And if it's not by verbal, by example, we talk to them all the day about doing the right thing, being a leader, but as far as that's concerned, we're close, but as far as just the returners and who stepped up and everything else. I told the returners that, there's nobody, we had 22 spots open. And so let's everybody go out and earn it. Do the old Brett Favre. Brett Favre said he went to practice every day to prove he was the best quarterback for Green Bay and in the NFL. So you got to do that. Nothing's given to you. I don't want that entitlement mentality. I want you to go out and work. And then if you're good, then let's get even better.
So, Coach, one of the areas that we lost a lot of depth was on the line, on the D line, the O line, and especially at the center position with a 4-year starter and Brody Finley. Have we solidified that position, and how do you see the offensive and defensive line kind of morphing throughout the year until you get to the point to where you want it?
Well, the first thing is, we lost a 4-year starter with Brody. It's hard to replace somebody like Brody, okay? But it's a great, everybody's got to do it. So, I got a young man I think is going to be a pretty good player if he starts believing in himself too. And he's got the capabilities, he's got the strength, and he's a sophomore. So I really think that he's going to be he can be as good as Brody if he wants to be. He's got good feet and everything. He's just a lot of times it's a little bit of lack of confidence. And that goes with a lot of kids, nowadays. You don't have, some of them have that false enthusiasm look and, will bark and everything else. But when it comes down to it, just that self-confidence is the key to being successful. We got, I got K. Jordan, he's a returner, and so is Montoya. So they're returning from last year. I moved Jamarcus Nieves over to D-line because, we feel like, with us losing our, entire D-line, I need some length and some also, a little bit of size. And so we kind of, reshuffle the deck a little bit. And so for the most part, we're, Friday night right now, as of today, we'll probably go with, an O-line, we'll have Christian and at center, Villanueva at right guard, and Cade at right tackle. And then at left guard, we'll have Montoya. And then at left tackle, we'll have Micah Ibarra, freshman. So, I ain't afraid to play freshman. And, one of the things I tell the kids, number one, I'm never going to do anything to embarrass you, never going to do anything to hurt you. If I feel like you can handle it, I'll play you. But if I don't feel like you can do it, I'm not going to put you in that situation. And so as freshmen, Micah's got the strength, he's got the size. Again, it comes down to what I just said. Same thing about my center. Okay, self-confidence. And then once they do it, I tell them, we are rah-rah guys. They do something good, it looks like Mardi Gras over there. We do something bad, we get over and we got to talk to them, But, we have, those 5 guys, they got a chance, okay? And, in my right guard, we're sitting there going, okay, you got Villanueva, and also I got Alec DeJesus who's come back out, and he's, he's learning how to play again. And I think once he does that, he's going to be a good football player. Again, it's when you haven't done anything for 2 years and here you come again, it's not like riding a bike. It's a little different. And we're slow stepping him, and hopefully, he will get moving. So we get and we have other people. We have Dylan Ruiz, we have Jesus Flores, we got Angel Concha. We have several guys that can move in that position. So I don't feel like we are. We have depth. On the defensive side, we got, like I said, Nieves. And then Flores is going to play our nose guard, and then I got Barrett Price playing our other end. So we got 2 ends. If you just look at them height wise, you got 6 plus on both sides. Linebackers, we got our 2 returners, okay, who are playing a lot better than what they did last year. I think last year I think they thought they were playing hide and seek, but this year they're moving around pretty good. Secondary wise, we got Tyrese and Aaron Robbins, and then Morris is back here along with Chavis, and then we're looking at a couple of new guys that can play for us on the edge, and that's DeCarlos. If I'm not using him as running back, a little, he can play out there, and but you got people like AJ Emmons has moved back into town, and he's looking good in camp, and you got Butters who moved in last year. Is a good looking kid, and he's learned how to play the game, and then you got Ty Jones, another freshman, who once he figures it out, he can be pretty good. So I mean, we have that little group, and I know I might have missed a couple just off the top of my head, but that up front is going to be something that we're going to have to we're going to have to get better at. Those front 5 guys on offense, they can move people, but they got to want to, and then my defensive front can be good just because of leverage. When you got when I can sit here and reach out and touch you in the face from here, that's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Stubbers, when you got them little, the lineman's going to hold you, but we got some good length on the edge, and I think that's going to help us. And if they just trust their eyes, and again, I mean, the common theme we've been talking about is self-confidence and believing in yourself and believing in your team and believing in the coaches, believing in the system, just whatever. I mean, all that, just, and until they do, it don't matter. I mean, I've heard professionals talk about it and everything else. Until you start really and truly believing in yourself, you got to defeat yourself first. That's your first opponent. Then you can roll.
Who have you seen within the wide receiver room who have stepped up during the preseason, and what are you expecting out of them this year?
I think we got 7 or 8 of them guys. Of course, you got Jackson who's back, okay, and you got Tyrese, and then a guy who could be really good is Deal, okay,
Kiwi Deal.
Yeah, he's kind of like he's our Wes Welker, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So.
And his season was cut short last year at T, correct?
Yeah, he busted a kickoff and got tackled, and they rolled over the top of him and broke his collarbone. So he missed the last 2 games of the season, of course, or both. He missed both playoff games. But then you got Aiden Morris. Okay, we got Aaron Robbins, of course. He's a returner. You got Cooper Smith, who's out there with us. Who's helping us out. You got Logan Hawthorne, Aiden Chavis. I think hopefully I'll hit everybody. But those guys are doing a good job of knowing the game. Okay, and again, I mean, don't be robotic when you catch. When you go running a route. I mean, we got to do certain things right, but at the same time. Okay, it's like I told Kiwi the other day, put a little sauce on that thing. It just look, we just run down and turn left now. Put some sauce on it and mix it up a little bit. So they're learning that stuff. And, I think we got a pretty good receiving core. But at the same time, they're going to have to roll because that's also our DBs. Okay, so we're sitting there and doing that. We got to have everybody on board ready to roll.
So at the quarterback position, we're going to be seeing some new faces. And what can we expect to see out of that position this year?
Well, we got Franco, who's a returner. Got several, a lot of reps towards the end of the season. Came in against Fairfield and did a remarkable job for us. And then Riley Arambula. We have Riley. So we got those 2. And both of them, I tell you, if I could just squeeze them together, okay, and make
one player, yeah.
Oh, because I mean, there's some things this kid does great. There's something that this one does great. Going into it, we were looking at maybe right off the bat, rotating series, but one of them got a little injury, so we don't know his status yet. So so that made it pretty easy for us. But we was going to see what each one of them could do in a game situation, because both of them had done. Like I said, I can sit there and go, well, he does it great right there. But my gosh, what is he doing on this? And it's the same thing for both of them. And so it's a battle, and I love a battle because, that brings the best out in you.
That's great to hear, Coach. So moving on to Madisonville, what can we expect to see on both sides of the ball from the Mustangs this season?
Madisonville is Madisonville. Fast, okay, skill kids, good quarterback, big line, defensively, they're almost a mirror image of us in a way, but physical, run to the football, again, very, very fast. They got some kids on that team that, they're, if you look at them, I don't know how the regional track meet went last year with Madisonville, but those guys are, they're running some low numbers in the 4x1 and 4x2, and those guys now are having the pads on. So, and there is a difference between track speed and football speed. I do understand that, but they're still running fast out there. Okay, and
fast is fast.
Fast, they are, and so it's a good contest for us. It's a good measuring stick to see where we're at. Last year we gave them one, they gave us one, and so it kind of equaled out in the wash who was donating to who, and then it came down to us kicking an extra point and to go to overtime, and evident, and we know the rest. We know the Paul Harvey of that thing. So, they're a different ball club, so their identity, what they're going to do, we've seen them on, we've traded the scrimmage films and watching them, and they do a lot of things good. They really do. They're a well-coached team, and those coaches have been together for a long time. So, they know what they're going to do. They know what. They just, it's a decent program. Okay, I really do. I think Russell does a great job. So, it's going to be a great test for us.
So lastly, Coach, regardless of Friday night's results, right, what are you hoping to see, and what are some of those key things that you're hoping to accomplish and see out of your team here in the first game of the season?
Growth and toughness. That's it. Okay. We got to grow as a team. We got to get better, no busted assignments, all that kind of stuff. I mean, I can go through all the cliches you want, but I want to see growth, and then I want to see some toughness. Okay, tough people are going to play the game. Okay, and they're going to win the game. So, and our brand of football we play is, we're not a two-hand touch team. We're going to come at you. We're going to do things physical, and that's what I want to see. I want to see if our kids, are ready to play physical, and get a little bit better as we grow. So,
well, Coach, I appreciate you coming in today for the Lumberjack Coaches Show presented by Terrell Insurance, and I just want to say congratulations to you on your 12th season here in Diboll, and
12 years, and that's a I think the longest term was 13. So Lord willing, I might bust that one, and so
I hope you bust it wide open, Coach.
And so, but can't wait for a great year. I get to spend with these kids, and hopefully we'll put a good product out there for Diboll in this community and be proud of what's going on Friday nights.
Well, we're looking forward to it, Coach. Thank you for coming in today, and good luck to y'all this season.
I appreciate it.
Yeah. Let's go. We just gotta go hard. I go the hardest. I bring the pain. Not what she used to. It's all part of the game. Yeah, I just gotta go hard. Let me set the record straight for a minute. Hate, I get it, say it with them. I don't give a f, I'm cool with it. Player, peep the fans with them. Yeah, they gon' remember my, yeah. You are not it already. He an outlaw getting off when he calls envy. Hit the peanut gallery, they all jelly. Yeah, they gon' remember my,
So our score at halftime is the Madisonville Mustangs ahead of the Diboll Lumberjacks by a score of 27-12 with about 3 minutes left to go here on the scoreboard here at halftime, as both the Mustang band and Lumberjack band performed pretty well, as well as the Diboll Dazzlers. It's good to see all of our extracurriculars back up in full swing. We're expecting great things from the band director, Erasmo Herrera, as well as Mr. Martinez and Ms. Sanchez. I'd like to shout out the Lumberjack band and their new drum majors this year in Jeremiah Martinez and Noah Crawford. You guys are going to do awesome. And we'll just, again, just seeing how the tradition has built up for the last 8 years or so for the Lumberjack band. Just expecting to see great things out of y'all, and also as well as the Diboll Dazzlers. Shout out to the officers, Ruby Lopez, the captain, as well as the lieutenants, Adelaide Barnett, as well as Elena Lovelady. Y'all did a wonderful job tonight, ladies. And for anyone listening in, just go out to support, not only support the football players, but also supporting our band, Dazzlers and Cheer, everyone else that also keeps things going as well, and up the spirits here at any of the games that y'all go to. So it's pretty awesome to see them back back performing, and I know they've been working hard at it as well. So it's like I've been saying for the last few minutes or so, Draylon, it's always good to see everyone back up and going at it during this awesome season, like you said, Christmas in August.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's football season again, man. And, this is obviously my favorite season, especially right here at the start, starting to turn to fall, and baseball playoffs are about to come here in September and kick into high gear, and football will be underway. And then by the time it gets to October, that weather will be nice and crisp and feeling like fall again before Halloween. So it's my favorite time of year, 100%. Every year I look forward to this, look forward to coming and seeing you guys and watching some Diboll Lumberjacks football. And tonight, I'm actually I was really encouraged there just going to the football game. I was encouraged there in the second quarter. Listening to the coach's show, Coach Morrison was talking about being tough and physical and being a tough team, and that the tough players are going to play the game, the tough players are going to win the game. And I think you saw some of that toughness that he was talking about there in the second quarter when Diboll was just really able to kind of dig deep and put some points on the board and make some stops on defense after struggling so mightily that first 12 minutes.
What the Jacks and Mustangs do here, as the Lumberjacks will receive the second half kickoff as they just trotted back out onto the field, as well as the Madisonville Mustangs. As right before we get back to the second half of action, let's take a look at some scores from around the area that are going on right now. Out of District 9, which is the district Diboll shares with Westwood, Teague, Fairfield, Crockett, and Huntington, Teague is leading New Waverly by a score of 29-7. Woodville, who was a state finalist, is trailing Orangefield 28-14 in the fourth quarter of that one. Groveton, surprising a lot of people this evening, Groveton, led by former Lufkin offensive coordinator Scott Green, defeats Alto by a score of 34-19. Congrats, Coach Green, on the victory there. Timpson ahead of West Sabine by a score of 40-0. Palestine Westwood ahead of Mahia 34-6. Cayuga ahead of Grapeland by a score of 27-26. Fairfield ahead of Maypearl 23-0. Crockett ahead of Caldwell 19-13. And Rusk, who we'll see in a few weeks, is trailing Kaufman 6-0. Another dogfight going on, literally a dogfight. Carthage Kilgore tied up 7 apiece. So those are a few scores that I have pulled up here on the Football Friday app.
I'll tell you what, that Carthage and Kilgore game, I'd have to look back at the scores and just see, but I can't remember the last time the winner of that game scored more than 21 points. Those two teams just absolutely get after each other. And then also just one you didn't call out, Lufkin and Longview. Looks like Longview's up on Lufkin 21-14, but sounds like that's a much more entertaining game this year than it was last year when it was 7-3 in the final.
Yeah, that one was a really tight one, as we'll now get back to the action here as the Mustangs will boot it away as this Tyrese McMillan fielding it from his own 5-yard line. And he's bouncing outside, getting some more, pulled off by the jersey. He's going to be brought down at his own 34-yard line. Lumberjacks will set up there after the run back by McMillan. They'll be moving left to right.
Nice job there by McMillan. Shook a guy at the 15-yard line, cut it up, and then cut it out, and looked like he was going to break it around the edge for big yardage, but one of those Madisonville Mustangs got their hands up on his shoulder pad and pulled that jersey, pulled him down to the ground. It also looked like he lost the ball, but once he was down on the ground, they caught him down by contact. So good field position here for Diboll. First and 10, their own 34-yard line. See what adjustments were made at halftime by this offense.
So it's junior quarterback Riley Arambula leading the charge. As he came in the middle of the first quarter of action, he's going to hand it off to the running back, and he's going to plow forward for about a gain of 4 on the play down to the 38-yard line. It's going to bring up second down after the run, and it was Xander Arambula on the carry.
Yeah, more of the same there. Give the ball to number 3 and let him earn some yards here. And try to get this Madisonville defense on skates a little bit and push them back. So I like to see it. I hope Diboll is able to do it the rest of this half.
The Lumberjacks breaking the huddle on second and 6 as they're about to get the second play of the third quarter. Going in on the snap, it's Xander Arambula taking the handoff, bouncing it outside on the sweep. And he is going to plow forward for about a gain of 3 on the play. Should bring up third down and 3 after the run from Xander.
Smart play right there is that jet sweep that we've ran a couple times, and he started outside hard, and that Madisonville safety that's, I don't know how many tackles he's made tonight. It's got to be at least 7 or 8, and he was coming downhill full speed. Arambula stuck his foot in the ground, went straight north, and turned what was about to be a 2-yard loss into a 3-yard gain. So really good run there by that young man to bring up third and short for Diboll.
So on third down, the Lumberjacks looking to convert. They need to get to the 44-yard line to keep the chains moving. As Tyrese McMillan was coming in motion, and then the whistle's going to be blown for a delay of game on the Lumberjacks. So to back them up 5 more yards to make it 3rd and 8. So now the Lumberjacks will have a few more extra yards to work with.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. You definitely didn't need that right now. Really trying to push and get that that first down of the half and kind of drive down the field. So let's hope Arambula can kind of keep a good head on his shoulders here. See if we can't work some kind of play action pass or screen play or draw play and bust something for big yardage.
So 3rd and 8, Riley Arambula is going to drop back to pass. He's getting pressured. He's just going to go ahead and just take it himself as he makes a cut, and he's going to run out of bounds near the 40-yard line as he gets tripped up on the sideline. It's going to be 4th down and about 2 to go after the scramble by Riley.
I'm not mad at that play at all. Smart play by Riley. He could have forced something there. He was under heavy pressure from the backside. Could have forced something and put Diboll in a much tougher spot, but he didn't. Gained about 6 yards there, brings up 4th down and 2, and looks like Diboll may go ahead and go for it here and try to get a first down.
The ball is spotted on the 42-yard line, and the Jack offense will go for it as Riley dropping back to pass. He's going deep for Aaron Robbins. That's Aiden Morris, and the pass is in and out of his hands, and the pass is going to fall incomplete. It'll be a turnover on downs, and Morris is on the ground.
It was a nice double move route right there, but Arambula has to put that ball on a line, which he did have some pressure to his backside, but you got to put that ball on a line. He tried to lob it, and the safety for Madisonville was back there waiting for it. And we do have that injured player for Diboll down at the 25-yard line right now.
So I believe that was Aiden Morris who came down. So we're going to take injury timeout as you're listening to Diboll Lumberjack Football on Facebook and YouTube through C4 Media.
Terrell Insurance has been a proud supporter of Diboll Lumberjack athletics for over 30 years. From the Lumberjack Cups of the 90s and the touchdown footballs of the 2000s, Terrell Insurance has been there for the Jacks. Terrell Insurance has been a proud supporter of Lumberjack fans off the field as well. For all of your insurance needs, visit Terrell Insurance in Diboll.
So after the turnover on downs, Madisonville will have the ball 1st and 10 on the Lumberjack 42-yard line as Garrett Kovar throws it on a swing pass to Jaden Simpson, who's going to be brought down at around the Lumberjack 39-yard line for about a pickup of 4, and to spot it at the 38, make that 2nd down and 6.
Nice little quick pass there by Madisonville. Little adjustment that they've made there with Diboll putting so much pressure on them at the end of that first half. So that's going to be their adjustment. They're back in a 4 wide receiver set now, going to spread us out.
So Kovar taking the snap. It's going to be a reverse for Tristan Whaley, who comes around the near side, and he's going to be brought down by looks like Jackson Taylor as well as Ty Jones, making the stop, but not before Whaley picks up a 1st down for the Mustangs.
Diboll was in good position on that play, just could not get the man. They couldn't get outside of him. He was just a little too fast and got outside of the widest defender there, who did his best to run him down. But good job by Taylor coming downhill and stopping that from being a bigger gain.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Mustangs on the Diboll 29-yard line. They're moving right to left with the trips receiver set to the right side, and it's going to be another swing pass to Simpson, and it's a backwards pass, but they're ruling it incomplete.
Ow!
But it was literally a backwards pass, but the referee's going to call it incomplete, and Coach Morrison is letting them have it right now. Yeah, Morrison is clearly reiterating that was a backwards pass, but they're going to call it incomplete.
Yeah, I'm not sure what referee called that, but that is 100% a backwards pass right there. 100% that was a backward pass. The ball landed about 8 or 9 yards deep in the backfield. The quarterback was only at 5 or 6 when he released the ball. It didn't even look like a swing pass so much as a long pitch. So that's a really terrible call.
So as a result of that, it's going to be 2nd and 10, and Simpson's going to get the carry, and bam, he's going to get met up immediately by Luis Arambula, the senior linebacker, who came in and filled the gap, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and a loss of 2 for the Mustangs.
And a nice job by Diboll shaking off the frustration there and making a good play on 2nd down. So bringing up 3rd and long for the Madisonville Mustangs here. Diboll with another possibility to get a defensive stop if they can hold it together for a couple more plays.
8:27 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Madisonville ahead of Diboll 27-12. It's 3rd down and 12 for the Mustangs from the Diboll 31-yard line. It's Kovar, the sprint out to the right side. He's going to tuck it and take it himself. Makes a juke, makes a cut, and another one. He's going to get the 1st down, and he'll be brought down inside of the red zone at the Diboll 18-yard line for another 1st down for the Jacks. Making the stop was Jackson Taylor as well as Eli Terrell.
I mean, you can't miss 4 tackles on one play. You know, that's just you have that happen. You give up lots of yards. You give up 1st downs when you shouldn't on a fairly easy rollout there with a 2 wide receiver route. You know, you just got to get the guy down to the ground. And unfortunately, Diboll wasn't able to do that on that play.
On 1st and 10 to the 2-back set, Simpson will get the handoff. He will burst through the hole, breaks a tackle, and he will walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Mustangs to get the 1st points here in the 2nd half.
Yeah, it's just right back to the same first half, man, right up the middle. And right there in the middle, Diboll's just been very soft since the beginning of the game. And once he gets to that 2nd, 3rd level, just no one's putting a hat on him. It's just unfortunate, but good drive by Madisonville there to start the half, and Diboll's going to have to answer now.
Anton Ward on for the extra point try. He's a left-footed kicker. And the extra point is up, and It is good as the Lumberjack ran into him. I didn't see who that was, and there goes the laundry on the field. There's the yellow flag.
Good effort by a Lumberjack defender, but you can't dive to the kicker. You got to dive across in front of the football. He missed the block and landed right in the kicker's lower leg there. So this will be interesting to see what they rule this. I assume this is going to be, I believe that has to be a foul on the try. I don't think you can enforce that on the kickoff, but I've seen some crazy stuff with this chapter tonight, so I'm not going to put anything past them.
So after the extra point try, and that is a running into the kicker penalty on the Jacks, that'll put our new score at 34-12 Mustangs ahead of the Lumberjacks with 7:54 remaining in this third quarter of action as the Lumberjack return unit is on the field ready to go.
Yeah, this was an unfortunate turn of events for Diboll here when you look at the backward pass that wasn't, which was a ball that landed 10 or 12 yards deep in the backfield when the quarterback was at 5 or 6 yards. That's a very frustrating. That call ends up being very frustrating for the Lumberjacks as they end up giving up a quick score almost immediately afterwards, and now giving all that momentum back to Madisonville here early in the second half.
So Anson Ward will handle the kickoff duties here for the Mustangs as the Lumberjacks will bring 7 bodies up, and it's going to be a deep kick fielded by Tyrese McMillan from his own 3-yard line. Takes a stutter step, and he's going to be tripped up at about the 18-yard line, so that's where the Lumberjacks will set up 1st and 10.
Well, Diboll has to find a way to respond, just like early in the first half or late in the first half. They're going to have to find a way to respond here, settle down, put your dig those cleats in the ground and make a push here, make a long drive, let your defense rest, and need to put up 6 points on this drive to stay in this ball game. I know, it's been a frustrating night so far defensively, but they're not out of this game. If they score right here, you're right back in this game. If you don't score here, it's going to be a tough road to hoe.
So on 1st and 10, the Lumberjacks will hand it off to Xander Arambula, and Arambula still churning forward, and he'll be brought down at the 24-yard line for a really good gain of 5 on the play to bring up 2nd down.
Another nice run there, just an inside handoff, and Jitterbug, once he gets the ball, he's quick and through the hole pretty quick. So, 1st down, you get 5.5, 6 yards right there. If you can keep that momentum all the way down the field, you're in business, but it just seems like we haven't been able to do that consistently throughout the night.
So it was a 6-yard gain on the play to be 2nd down and 4 for the Lumberjacks. As Arambula hands it off to his cousin Xander, and Xander will get stopped for a loss on the play to bring up 3rd down and about 6 to go for the Jacks.
Yeah, it's a tough situation right there. Diboll, as your offense has been going tonight, you just really can't afford too many of those plays for losses or moving backwards. Everything needs to be positive at this point, even if it's just a yard or two. Got to stay positive. So hopefully the Jacks can get a nice gain here on 3rd down and pick up a first or put us in a 4th and short situation.
3rd down and 6. The Lumberjacks break the huddle with 6:21 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Arambula with the play action pass is getting pressured. He's going to just have to go down, and he will be brought down at about the 25-yard line as he's able to pick up 1 on the play as he was getting pressured, and he had to escape the pocket, and he'll pick up 1 on the play. 4th down and about 3 to go for the Jackson. Now comes the punting unit.
With the lack of yardage gained on that play, unfortunately, there's just no way to justify going for it on 4th down there. If we had gained another yard or 2, maybe another 2 or 3, I feel like Morrison would have tried to go for it on 4th down there. But, Diboll's going to have to get some stops. Our defense is going to have to put us back in this game at this point.
So Eli Terrell will punt it away for the Lumberjacks, and the Mustangs put 2 back deep to receive this punt. As this will land out of bounds inside of the Mustang 42-yard line is where he is going. Make that the 43. So that's where the field judge marks it down. That's where the Mustangs are going to set up in really decent field position to get started.
Man, that was actually an excellent punt. He kicked it to the sideline. It barely clipped the edge of the sideline, and then rolled downfield back towards the center of the field for another 20 yards at least, and came to rest inside the 20-yard line. Really nice punt there by Terrell. It didn't net what we thought it was going to, but really good kick by him, and that bodes well for the future.
Out come the Mustang offense on 1st and 10 from their own 43-yard line, as they're going to go with the 2-back look for Garrick Kovar, the sophomore. So to his left side is Jaden Simpson, who has accounted for 4 touchdowns this evening, and to his right side is Carmelo Gilbert. As keeping it is going to be Kovar, as he makes a few cuts and breaks some tackles, and he's going to be brought down by Aiden Morris at about inside the Diboll territory at the 40. And right at the end of the run, there goes a flag.
Once again, we're just running into an issue making tackles, man. I don't know. They've got a case of just not being able to get guys on the ground tonight, and that's just another run where it's kind of been the same thing. You have a couple guys right there, and you would hope one of them would be able to get him to the ground, but they both fall away, and the running back continues on down the field. So hopefully the Lumberjacks can get this cleaned up here before we get any later in the second half.
So the penalty was called on the Lumberjacks, and they're having a discussion on where they're going to spot it. The ball is currently spotted at the Diboll 41-yard line. The Mustangs got the ball inside Diboll territory after the run by Kovar a moment ago. So the penalty must have been declined because the Mustangs are setting up right there, 1st and 10, running the play. Kovar's in a 2-back look once again, and he's going to hand it off to Simpson, who's been the do-it-all back this evening, as he breaks a tackle, and he's going to run out of bounds inside of the Lumberjack 25-yard line. And it's going to be another 1st down for the Mustangs after that hard run by Jaden Simpson.
Madisonville just continues with these handoffs, and doesn't matter if it's up the middle or around the edge, man. We can't get them down. And if I'm honest, if I was their head coach, I don't think I would throw another pass all night, because this rushing attack has killed Diboll.
On 1st and 10, once again, it's going to be Carmelo Gilbert this time getting the handoff. And he's going to be brought down by DeCarlo Sanchez, as well as a host of other Lumberjack defenders, for a pickup of about 8 on the play to bring up 2nd down and 2 after the run.
Another nice run there. Diboll did a little bit better job of regrouping and getting him on the ground, but 8 yards on 1st down, that's a tough way to win a ball game. So Diboll's got their backs against the wall here late in the 3rd quarter.
Mustangs going back to the 2-back look. The 2 receivers set on the right side, and Jaden Simpson taking it, and then he's going to break what looks like 4 tackles, and he's in the end zone. Another touchdown for Jaden Simpson and the Madisonville Mustangs.
Yeah, once again, we have a running back running through multiple tacklers and scoring a touchdown from a long distance out, man. It's just a really disappointing effort we're seeing from tackling, especially in the secondary and at the second level of the defense. Madisonville's definitely running hard. These backs are pretty swift. They're pretty fast, but this is fairly disappointing.
So the extra point try is up, and it is good. So the Mustangs extend their lead to 41-12 with 4:25 left to go in this 3rd quarter of action. We're going to take a timeout. You're listening to Diboll Lumberjack Football on YouTube and Facebook through C4 Media.
Terrell Insurance has been a proud supporter of Diboll Lumberjack athletics for over 30 years. From the Lumberjack Cups of the 90s and the touchdown footballs of the 2000s, Terrell Insurance has been there for the Jacks. Terrell Insurance has been a proud supporter of Lumberjack fans off the field as well. For all of your insurance needs, visit Terrell Insurance in Diboll.
So it's Jaden Simpson once again with another 18-yard touchdown run to put the Mustangs up 41-12 with 4:25 left to go in this third quarter of action in the home opener for the Diboll Lumberjacks, as the kickoff unit is on the field for the Mustangs as well as the return unit for the Lumberjacks. So after starting the game with onside kicks, Anson Ward has been booting it instead. And that's what we'll see this time, as it'll be fielded at the 10-yard line by the Lumberjacks, as it's going to be that's Ty Jones on the return, and he's going to be brought down at about the 21-yard line. So that's where the Lumberjacks offense will set up 1st and 10.
Yep. This is Diboll's chance to answer right here. Try to get something going here in the first half and get some momentum back on their side. It's been a struggle. It's been pretty hard business against this Madisonville defense in the second half. And Diboll, on the other hand, we've kind of struggled. And this is those early season ball games against these good opponents. And we see, things that the team is going to have to work on as we go forward and improve on. And I'm sure Morrison's going to have these guys fighting for some pride right now and trying to show up.
So on 1st and 10, it's going to be a handoff to Xander Arambula, and Xander's going to get bottled up for what should be about a gain of 2 on the play, as the Mustang defense just converging on him with about 4:05 remaining in the third quarter of action.
Yeah, Arambula couldn't quite get around the outside that time. Tried to make a quick move and go around the end, but just too much traffic from the defense there from Madisonville. They got him down to the ground there pretty quick.
So it's going to be no gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 10 from the 22-yard line for the Lumberjacks once again, as Riley Arambula, the junior quarterback, will come in to relay the play call. Lumberjacks breaking the huddle. Riley taking the snap, and he's going to drop back and throw it deep for Aiden Morris, and he's got it right at midfield for a huge gain on the play, and it'll be a 1st and 10 for the Lumberjacks.
Very nice pass right there, post route coming across the middle there, and he just placed it in a very nice spot just over the cornerback's head from the far side of the field and in front of the wide receiver. Very nice throw, very nice catch there.
So after the big gain from Arambula to Morris, Lumberjacks will have the ball on the shadow of the 50-yard line, so it'll be on their own 49. The 2 receivers set to the right side, Arambula in the shotgun. He's dropping back to pass. He's looking to his left, getting pressured in the pocket. He's going to throw this one up for grabs, and it's intercepted. As the interception, coming up on the interception, it looked like was Cade Campbell for the Mustangs. So that's the 5th turnover on the night for the Lumberjacks, and the Mustangs will have the ball near midfield.
Yeah, it's a frustrating play. That's just one of those things you get with these younger quarterbacks. He was trying to make a play, trying to push the ball, and scrambling to his left, and the receiver broke back towards the middle of the field. He tried to turn his shoulders and drop it to him, but just overthrew the wide receiver right there. And that's one thing he'll learn as he goes along. You don't ever try to throw back across your body back towards the middle of the field. Just tuck that ball and run, or throw it out of bounds, either one, and save yourself a turnover and a lot of heartache.
So after the interception, the Mustangs have the ball at midfield to get this drive started. So Garrett Kovar, the sophomore, in at quarterback. It's the Twins set on both sides of the formation. Kovar with a 3-step drop. He's looking to the left side for his intended target. That's Christopher Smith. Smith breaking tackles, and he's going to be brought down by Kieran Butters, and a host of other Lumberjack defenders, but not before picking up a first down, Mustangs, at about the Diboll 37-yard line.
Yeah, their man coverage for Diboll there. Once he made the catch, he was able to slip one tackle and get upfield. And nice little throw and catch there by Madisonville.
So the ball is spotted on the 38-yard line of the Lumberjacks. Receiver coming in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Jaden Simpson, who plows through the line. Another broken tackle, and this is going to be the 6th touchdown on the night for Jaden Simpson. It's the Jaden Simpson show tonight here at Lumberjack Stadium.
Once again, this is that cutback play that runs right up the middle. Looks like we're going to have a holding call, thankfully, here against Madisonville. That's going to bring this all the way back after a 38-yard run, but it's tough to see because you can see Diboll's really going to have to work on tackling going forward, especially at the second and third levels of the defense. It's just been a struggle tonight against these good Madisonville running backs. It's just been tough to get them on the ground. So first week jitters, first week going forward. Diboll's got a lot of work to do to clean this up because this rushing game from Madisonville has certainly been stout all night long, and they just have not had an answer.
So fortunately, the holding call will negate the touchdown run, or would have been, and the ball will be spotted at midfield, 1st and 20 coming up for the Mustangs. And we'll take a quick timeout as you're listening to Diboll Lumberjack Football on Facebook and YouTube through C4 Media.
Terrell Insurance has been a proud supporter of Diboll Lumberjack athletics for over 30 years. From the Lumberjack Cups of the 90s and the touchdown footballs of the 2000s, Terrell Insurance has been there for the Jacks. Terrell Insurance has been a proud supporter of Lumberjack fans off the field as well. For all of your insurance needs, visit Terrell Insurance in Diboll.
Made in America. A simple idea that means everything at Mueller Metal Roofs and Buildings. It means local branches, dealing with friends and neighbors you trust. It means innovation, leading the way with better solutions. It means caring about our products and even more about the people who use them. It means pride in a job well done. Mueller, made in America, made to last.
First and 20 after the Mustangs called a timeout. It's a trips receiver set to the near side of the field. Kovar is going to get sacked. He's brought down at his own 40-yard line. Coming up to make the stop for the Lumberjacks is Jamarcus Nieves.
Diboll turned up the heat there a little bit, went with a 4-down line there and got after the quarterback and got another big sack. So after that penalty and that big sack, Madisonville is looking at a 2nd down and forever. I don't know what that is, 25 yards it looks like. So Diboll has a chance here to get off the field if they can make a couple of stops here in the next 2 plays.
So 2nd and long for the Mustangs after the sack, and that was actually Joseph Parrish who got the sack. Jamarcus Nieves was trailing him, so I called him for the credit. And it's going to be a screen pass on the left side to Tristan Whaley, and Whaley is going to be brought down for a huge gain back to the Diboll 34-yard line. So 2nd and long becomes 3rd and manageable for the Mustangs after the screen pass to Whaley.
Yeah, just raised up and it hit that quick pass and quick shot, and Diboll, no one was able to get off a block over there on this near sideline. Receivers doing a great job just stalemating their defenders, and Madisonville almost took that to the house for 6. So 3rd down and short here for the Mustangs.
Looks to be about 3rd and 5. And we have 40 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter. So it looks like the Mustangs will have time for one more play at least before we go into the 4th quarter of action. As it's a low snap, but Kovar is able to get it. He was getting pressured by Parrish once again, and the pass is going to fall incomplete. So it's going to bring up 4th down for the Mustangs with 28 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter.
Low snap, threw the timing off on that play. Quarterback rolls out to his right and gets rid of the football and overthrows his receiver, throws it out there in the no man's land on the sideline. So even with everything, all of the excitement here in the last few plays, Diboll is still looking at a chance to stop Madisonville on a 4th down and 5 here from Diboll's own 33-yard line.
So see what the Jacks can do here as the Mustangs going back to a 2-back set. Kovar in the shotgun. And it's going to be a handoff to, guess who, Carmelo Gilbert. And he's going to be brought down for no gain on the play, as making the stop was Kieran Butters. And it's going to be a turnover on downs for the Lumberjacks.
Nice job right there getting the stop. Somebody looked like they got a hand on his foot right at the line of scrimmage, and he was able to escape that. But they came up, or the second-level defender came up and cleaned up the play and got him to the ground. So turnover, and Diboll takes over. I'll tell you what's curious, Alec. We have not seen DeCarlos Sanchez on defense for most of the night. That is interesting because he was one of the better players last year all season long defensively.
Yeah, absolutely. But also, too, and they've been utilizing him offensively, as he's been a 3-year starter on varsity, and he's seen time at running back, linebacker. He's just an overall well-rounded athlete, as on 1st and 10, Riley Rambula dropping back to pass, and he throws it to Tyrese McMillan, who was coming in on the slant, but it's going to come in and out of his hands. It will come up incomplete, 2nd down.
That was actually a very nice throw under duress by Rambula. Hit McMillan dead center of the chest, and he dropped it, unfortunately. Had the potential to be a really big explosive play right there with just a few seconds left in the 3rd quarter. So unfortunate to see that one fall to the turf, but pretty nice pass there by Rambula.
It's on 2nd down and 10 after the incomplete pass. It's a 2-receiver set on the left-hand side. But before we can get anything going, the umpire is moving the ball up 1 more yard to the Lumberjack 32-yard line. So here we go, 2nd down and 10. Carlos Sanchez will get the handoff, and he is going to plow forward for a gain of about 3 on the play down to the 36-yard line, and that will do it for the end of the 3rd quarter here from Lumberjack Stadium, as it's been all Mustangs tonight by a score of 41-12 going into the 4th stanza of tonight. So we'll be right back. We'll take a quick timeout going into the 4th quarter of action. You're listening to Diboll Lumberjack Football on YouTube and Facebook through C4 Media.
When it comes to welding, fabrication, hydroblasting, sandblasting, vacuum truck services, and plant maintenance, there's only one name you need to know: PPR Industrial Services. Located in Lufkin, Texas, PPR delivers top-quality services with 24/7 support. With a mission to exceed customer expectations, PPR focuses on safety and excellence in every job. Call them today at 936-676-0982 and let PPR handle your toughest projects. PPR Industrial Services, where quality matters.
C4 Media Productions proudly supports the Diboll Lumberjacks. Based at 205 North Temple, we are your one-stop shop for all of your video and social media needs. Whether you need a captivating TV commercial or a full social media marketing strategy to help drive sales, we've got you covered. Call us at 936-304-0707 or visit c4mediapros.com. C4 Media Productions. Reliable service, amazing results.
Let me set the record straight for a minute. Hate, I get it, say it with them. I don't give a I'm cool with it. Play and peep the fans with them. Yeah, they gon' remember my. Yeah, you and I, they already. He an outlaw getting off when he calls envy. Hit the peanut gallery, they all jelly. Yeah, they gon' remember my. Yeah, we let them say what they gon' say about us.
So switching sides, Lumberjacks are going to be moving right to left for the listeners back at home. As the ball is spotted on their own 36-yard line. It's 3rd and 5. Riley Arambula in the shotgun. Taking a 3-step drop. He's looking to his left, trying to go deep, and the pass is going to go in and out of the defender's hands, incomplete. The intended target was Tyrese McMillan, but that ball was thrown short of Tyrese McMillan. It's going to bring up 4th down, and out comes the punt unit for Diboll.
Unfortunately, yeah, he threw in a double coverage that time, but can't really blame him. There was 2 different Madisonville defenders came through, busted through the left side where he was trying to go through his progressions and try to throw the football. So he was just absolutely getting rid of that ball as quickly as he could and launched it as far as he could towards the sideline, and just didn't work out for Diboll.
So Jaden Simpson and Tristan Whaley are back deep to receive the punt from Eli Terrell, who has been handling the punting duties tonight for the Lumberjacks. They're getting it set, and it's a high snap, but Terrell's able to get it off, and it's going to take a high bounce, and then it's going to take a Lumberjack bounce out of bounds to the Mustang 28-yard line. So that's where the Mustangs will set up after the punt from Eli.
Another nice punt by Eli Terrell. I'm going to be interested to see what his net average yardage is after tonight, because he's had some really nice kicks. If that ball had not barely touched the sideline there in the third quarter, it would have really added on to his average. But nice job punting tonight, Mr. Terrell.
So the ball spotted at the 29-yard line is where Eli's punt rolled out of bounds. Eli, the one of the returning seniors here and one of the returning starters as well, who is also a linebacker. And we'll see what the Lumberjack defense can do here as the Mustang offense comes back out. 1st and 10. As Garrett Kovar, it's a two-back set in the shotgun, two receivers to his right, one to his left. As it's going to be a handoff to the back, and he's going to be brought down by the turf monster at the 36-yard line, as that was Jaden Simpson on the carry. We've been saying his name all night, and the turf monster will bring him down on that one, bringing up 2nd down and 7. It's going to be 2nd down and 3 for the Mustangs.
Hey, I'll take it. Something's got to bring him down. We definitely didn't want to give up another long touchdown right there. So 2nd down and 2 here, and maybe we can get a work towards getting another negative play, put them behind the sticks.
Mustangs going back to the same look. The Lumberjacks shifting their linebackers around as Carmelo Gilbert will get the stop. And Jamarcus Nieves coming in to stop him. And Eli Terrell coming in to do cleanup duty, as well as Luis Arambula. And that's going to be a loss on the play to bring up 3rd down and long for the Mustangs.
Yep, and penetration right there. Diboll getting into the backfield and getting their hands on the running back early. That seems to be the key tonight. Whenever they do well, they're getting penetration and getting their hands on the ball carrier early.
The ball spotted at the Mustang 34-yard line after the stop by Jamarcus. So it'll be 3rd down and 6 to go for the Mustangs as they're looking to the sideline with 7 seconds remaining on the play clock. Let's see if they can get it off here. It's a two-back look, and they're able to get the snap off in time as running back's going to get the carry, and bam, he's going to run right into the teeth of the defense as Ty Jones makes the stop, as on the carry that time was Kedrick Moffitt. It's going to bring up 4th down for the Mustangs.
Yeah, nice little stop there defensively for the Lumberjacks. Running back tried to squirt around that left end, but Jones made a nice stop, got him down to the ground, and forced the 4th down and long here for Madisonville. Looks like they're going to bring their punting unit out here, and Diboll's going to get a chance to return this kick and then try to work on their offense some more.
Tyrese McMillan is back at his own 28-yard line to field this punt, and the punter drops the snap. He's going to roll to his left side, and oh my goodness, did he get the 1st down? The Mustang offense is saying he did. Nope. Well, let's see what they measure it. I'm seeing yeses, I'm seeing no's.
Yeah, that's going to be 1st down Diboll. He was
awesome.
About 2 yards short of the 1st down there. Nice effort by that kid, but he dropped. The snap was high, and he couldn't handle it, and then just took off around that left side. But that was Jones again on the stop there, pushed him out of bounds just short of the sticks.
Ty Jones making a name for himself on the last 2 plays, and we have to bring this up that Ty Jones is just a freshman, so we're looking at greatness in the making here, folks, with Ty Jones, and we're excited to see how he does this season and beyond. So the Lumberjack offense will trot back out onto the field with inside Mustang territory at the 37-yard line. As Sonny Rodriguez is back in at quarterback, it's a pistol set for him as Xander Rambula bursts forward, and he will be brought down at about the 32-yard line to bring up 2nd down and about 5 to go for the Jacks.
So right now, what we're doing, what Diboll's doing as an offense, we're working towards next week. We're looking ahead towards that West Rusk game, and we're saying, what can we do? What do we do best? What do we need to keep working on here to perfect for next week? Obviously, this game's too far gone, but this is that time when you can really start improving on next week's result.
It's 8:40 left to go here in the ball game. 2nd and 5. Rodriguez will hand it off to Arambula once again, and he's going to be met up immediately by the Mustang defensive line as he'll be stopped for no gain on the play. It'll bring up 3rd and 5 once again for the Jacks with about 8 minutes to go here in this one.
Just not much push on that left side there. Arambula tried to hit it up to the inside and then break it around the left end, but just not enough push on that side. Madisonville got him down, so 3rd down and medium here for Diboll. Obviously, this is one of those situations where you want to try to get at least 3 yards and set yourself up for a 4th down. Or, if you can get a 1st down, that's great, but we need a minimum of 3 yards to set us up to go for it on 4th down and continue this drive. And as I say that, the play clock expires. Looks like Morrison's going to call a timeout here and save us 5 yards.
So Coach Morrison will burn his first timeout here of the second half with 7:43 remaining on the clock, with Madisonville up 41-12 in this one, as we'll just keep it here. So again, I'd just like to let you all know that next week we'll be here back at home in the friendly confines of Lumberjack Stadium, as we'll be taking on the Raiders of West Rusk, who are currently in a battle with Malakoff, as Malakoff is ahead 23-14 in that one. West Rusk will present another challenge in and of itself, because the Raiders have been one of the premier powerhouses for the last 15 seasons or so in the East Texas area. So it'll be another test for the Lumberjacks going into next week.
Well, absolutely. I know Malakoff's lost a lot of talent, especially over the last 2 years, but that's a really good program up there. And if West Rusk is in dogfight with them, that means they're going to be primed up and ready to play next week, and it's going to be a very physical game. Last year, it was extremely physical up there.
Mustang defense, Lumberjack offense back out on the field, as on 3rd and 5, there goes the laundry. We got penalties from every direction of the field as there was movement up front. Couldn't tell who moved first.
Well, Madisonville definitely moved first, but it's going to be interesting to see what the call is. Madisonville had 2 players come across the line there, but it's going to be interesting to see if they say they actually got into the neutral zone or not before they drew the left tackle off of the line of scrimmage. Yes, they're going to call offsides there and say that he was influenced by the defensive lineman.
So this is 3rd and 5, so move it up 5 more yards. Will this be a 1st down is the question, because that didn't happen earlier in the game. And there's our answer. It will be 3rd and 1. So Sonny Rodriguez in an empty backfield. He's going to look to his left to complete with his target, Aiden Morris, on the hitch route, and he's got him at the Mustang 21-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 Lumberjacks after the catch from Aiden Morris.
Dangerous pass right there by Sonny Rodriguez, falling back away from pressure. But one thing about that young man, he does have a nice, strong arm. I mean, when he lets go of that ball, there is definitely some zip on it, and just beat the safety into the wide receiver for a 1st down.
So 1st and 10 for the Jacks on the Mustang 22-yard line, as Rodriguez will remain at quarterback. The shotgun look with a bunch receiver set to the left side of the formation, and DeCarlos Sanchez will get the handoff, and he'll be brought down immediately for about a loss of 1 on the play to bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, just not much going there in the middle. Sanchez taking that handoff and immediately being put down, and just not much going in the running game at the moment. So offensive line's going to have to buck up a little bit here. Let's try to put another touchdown on the board before the end of the ball game as the clock continues ticking down. I'd like to see Diboll get at least one, maybe two scores out of this before the end of the game and make things a little respectable.
6:15 remaining here in the ball game. It's 2nd down and 11 for the Jacks. Rodriguez in the shotgun. He's going to sprint out to his right side, and he's just going to go ahead and just take it himself. Penalty marker down as he is bottled up immediately by the Mustang defender at about the 21-yard line. And that'll bring up 3rd down, but let's see. It should bring up 3rd down as a hold against the Lumberjacks.
Yeah, definitely a holding call right there. That was interesting, though, because we had twins on the left side, and Rodriguez, he ran to the right, and no one ran a route out there. So I think that may have been a busted play from the start, and that's going to hurt and back Diboll up another 10 yards here. 2nd down and very, very long for the Lumberjacks.
So after the penalty, the ball is spotted on the Mustang 33-yard line. So we'll see what the Jacks can do here with 6 minutes remaining here in the game as the Jacks will go in a pistol set, as it'll be DeCarlos Sanchez with the ball, but keeping it is Sonny Rodriguez, and Rodriguez will be brought down at about the 28 to bring up 3rd down and about 14 to go.
Oh, got a helmet rolling around on the field down there. One of the big offensive linemen lost his lid. Nice little run by Rodriguez to pick some yards up after that penalty. But Diboll still very far behind the sticks here on 3rd down.
So 3rd and 14 from the 27-yard line of Madisonville as Rodriguez is getting the play. And they're going to have to hurry here as there's 12 seconds remaining on the play clock. It's a shotgun look for Rodriguez. 3 receivers to the right bunched up. And it's going to be a play-action pass. He's going to connect with Aiden Morris. And Morris is trying to fight for more yards, and he's going to have the pile pushed forward. They're going to blow the play dead down inside of the red zone to the Mustang 13-yard line. So after the completion from Rodriguez to Morris, it's 1st and 10, Lumberjacks.
Yeah, that's a very close play. They are calling it a 1st down. 1st and 10 inside the 15-yard line right there. Very nice throw. Like I say, Rodriguez, once he releases that ball, I mean, there's definitely a lot of zip on it. This is going to be interesting to see going forward here how Morrison handles this quarterback situation.
So on 1st down with 4:35 remaining in the game, Rodriguez and the offense being urgent, and Rodriguez is going to keep it himself on the zone read, trying to bounce it outside, breaks a tackle, and he'll be brought down at about the 6-yard line. And it's going to bring up 2nd down and about 6 to go after the carry by Rodriguez.
Yeah, a little keeper there around the right side. Good for about 4.5 yards, it looks like. So Diboll just kind of slowly matriculating down the field here off the arm and the leg of Rodriguez and trying to punch in for another 6 points here before the end of the game.
With less than 4 minutes to go in the ball game, the Mustangs with a 41-12 lead over the Lumberjacks, and the Lumberjacks trying to fight for a touchdown here as he'll hand it off to DeCarlos Sanchez, who plows forward to about the Mustang 3-yard line. And I think Sanchez will be just a yard shy of the 1st down or bring up 3rd down and 1.
Nice strong run there by Sanchez, leaving us 1 yard short. We can still get a 1st down just inside the 3-yard line. So two plays to get a 1st down right here.
So on 3rd and 1, Rodriguez is going to keep it himself. Breaks the tackle, but he's going to be met up immediately for a loss of 1 on the play down to the 5-yard line. So it's going to bring up 4th down and 3 for the Lumberjacks. But there's a flag down on the far side of the field. So it's an unsportsmanlike conduct call against Madisonville.
Yeah.
So
there's your 1st down right there. That'll be a half the distance penalty to the 2.5-yard line, automatic 1st down.
There we go. Yeah, so they're spotting it now, and that's going to make it 1st and goal for the Jacks. Let's see if we can get some points here Let's go ahead and end this game on a positive note, even though can't really say a whole lot of positives about tonight, but let's see what the Jacks can do here. So the play clock getting reset right now with 2:36 remaining in the ball game. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started as the play clock is now ticking as Rodriguez relaying the play here on 1st and goal. So on 1st and goal, Lumberjacks will go with the 2 receiver set to the right side. Rodriguez is in the shotgun. Coming in motion is Tyrese McMillan. And it's going to be a handoff to what was going to be a handoff to Sanchez. Instead, it's going to be a fumble on the play, and there's a flag down as the Mustang defender flopped. So was there a fumble on the play?
Yeah, a fumble on the play on the quarterback exchange. That was a very weird. The whole play was very weird. McMillan comes across the formation, but it didn't look like he was in motion. It looked like he was just shifting, like maybe he lined up in the wrong spot. And then whenever they went to hand the ball off, there was defenders in the backfield immediately. It's almost like the offensive line wasn't expecting the ball to be snapped. So not sure what was going on there. Something weird as far as on the offensive side that leads to another turnover for Diboll, which I believe that's 7 or 8 on the night. So just a disaster offensively here.
So there was an unsportsmanlike penalty called on the Lumberjacks, but I would have given one to the Mustangs as well for the way that defender flopped. You should have given him an Oscar for that performance. So the ball is spotted as a result, the Mustangs have the ball on their own 24-yard line. The 2-back look with 2:25 remaining in the ball game as Jaden Simpson will take the handoff, and he's going to burst through the line. He's got one man to beat, and Tyrese McMillan will bring him down inside of the 15-yard line. So Tyrese McMillan was the last line of defense, and he's able to bring Simpson down.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say. Just a simple handoff up the middle, same play that they've ran about 30 times tonight, and the running back honestly didn't look like he was trying to go score. He looked like he was just trying to get a few yards and get down, but no one ever came to tackle him. So he just turned on the jets and ran right down the middle of the field for a gain of about, 50 yards. And first down for Madisonville just inside the 15-yard line.
So on 1st and 10, the Mustangs going back to the 2-back look with 2:05 remaining in the game. And bursting through the hole is Kedrick Moffitt with 2:02 remaining. And the floodgates have opened, if not already. And Madisonville will get 6 more on the board.
Yeah, defense just not able to hold up in the middle here, man. All night long we've seen it, and simple handoff and very large hole there on the left side that running back shot through and ran untouched into the end zone to put 6 more points up on the board for the Madisonville Mustangs.
Ensign Ward on to get the extra point try for the Mustangs with 2:02 remaining in this one, as our new score reads 47-12 in favor of the Mustangs. But we're having a little bit of a mishap here as the Mustangs are going to have to burn a timeout as they were missing an extra guy on the extra point unit. So the Mustangs will burn their second timeout to get that situated.
Well, going forward, just looking ahead to next week, Alec, got a big matchup coming up against West Rusk. I know last year we traveled up there and watched Diboll and West Rusk play there at the Raiders' home facility. And what was interesting about that game, the first half was actually a pretty entertaining game, kind of similar to this one tonight. And then in the second half, the physicality and size of West Rusk kind of overwhelmed Diboll. and they really just kind of stretched their legs and outscored us over the course of that second half. And as we look forward and look at what's going on tonight, you kind of wonder if we're going to have some answers, next weekend for that strong spread rushing attack of the Raiders.
Yeah, what we're seeing tonight is exactly what we saw last year against the Raiders. And with West Rusk, if they can throw it, they can do it. If they can run it, they'll do that as well. West Rusk's been really good about playing to their strengths, and they'll resort to whatever they need to do with that. So the extra point try by Anson Ward is up, and it is no good. So that'll have the score remain 47-12 with 2:02 remaining in this one. So going back to so before we do that, we'll go ahead and take a quick timeout. You're listening to Diboll Lumberjack Football on YouTube and Facebook through C4 Media.
Made in America. A simple idea that means everything at Mueller Metal Roofs and Buildings. It means local branches, dealing with friends and neighbors you trust. It means innovation, leading the way with better solutions. It means caring about our products and even more about the people who use them. It means pride in a job well done. Mueller, made in America, made to last.
Terrell Insurance has been a proud supporter of Diboll Lumberjack athletics for over 30 years. From the Lumberjack Cups of the 90s and the touchdown footballs of the 2000s, Terrell Insurance has been there for the Jacks. Terrell Insurance has been a proud supporter of Lumberjack fans off the field as well. For all of your insurance needs, visit Terrell Insurance in Diboll.
Anson Ward to boot it away for the Mustangs, as this one is going to roll into the end zone for a touchback. So the Lumberjacks will set up 1st and 10 on their own 25-yard line with 2:02 remaining in this one. So the Lumberjacks have time to run one play, and then once again we'll see the 2-minute timeout be implemented.
Just going back to what we were talking about before that break there, Alec, this is a very physical team that's going to come into Diboll next week. It's going to be interesting to see what kind of answers the Lumberjacks and Coach Morrison can come up with once that baby blue and white of the West Rusk Raiders lands here at the Sawmill next weekend.
Yeah, that will be really interesting to see. As taking a quick look at how they're doing. Malakoff is up on West Rusk 26-14 in the 8 minutes left to go in that ball game. As on the handoff, taking the handoff this time is A.J. Emmons, the sophomore, as he will be brought down for no gain on the play. And there goes the 2-minute timeout, and they let it go for 4 more seconds. There's a minute 56 because of the play. So both teams headed back to the sidelines after that free timeout. So yeah, as we were talking about West Rusk, they've for the last 15 seasons they've really been one of the premier programs in East Texas, with multiple 3rd and 4th round trips to the playoffs. Last year was a down year because of injuries and whatnot, but still West Rusk, they're one of the teams to beat in East Texas.
Yeah, it was just a very tough, hard, tough-nosed, physical football team. That's what I remember watching last year when we were up there. And, Diboll tonight is kind of taking it on the chin in the running game. So you have to figure that West Rusk is going to see that and try to exploit that one way or another. So it's going to be fun to see next weekend how Coach Morrison adjusts, and if there's any, personnel decisions, or if it's all formation-wise, and how he adjusts to try to account for that strong and offensive West Rusk.
So Lumberjacks back on the field on 2nd down and 10, as it will be Emmons once again carrying the ball for the Lumberjacks for about a pickup of 4 on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 6 after the carry by the sophomore A.J. Emmons.
Yeah, he's got a little bit of wiggle to him there. The last 2 plays, honestly, haven't been blocked very well. And that play, He accepted the handoff and tried to run with it. It looked like Rodriguez actually tried to pull it back out, but he held on to it and got 3.5, 4 yards anyways. So nice little wiggle there to that young man, and see he probably has a bright future ahead of him here in the next couple seasons.
So it's 3rd down and 7 with 1:07 remaining in this one. Rodriguez in the shotgun with 3 receivers to his right, and he's going to connect with Jackson Taylor on the out route, and he's met up immediately by Varenzo Childress, who came in from his safety spot and laid the lumber on him to bring up 4th down and about 5 to go for the Lumberjacks with 47 seconds remaining in this one.
Yeah, just too short of the sticks right there. It's a quick out, and defender from Madisonville is just sitting on it, waiting for him to throw another pass in that flat area of the field, which is what Rodriguez was living on in the first quarter and led to 3 interceptions. So they sat on it and knocked down the receiver immediately.
It's 4th and 5 Lumberjacks with no choice but to go for it, and with the hard run is Emmons once again. He is brought down right at the first down marker at the Lumberjack 35. So will they go ahead and just give it to him? Yes, they will, but that's going to do it. They'll go ahead and run this clock down to the end of the game, and that's going to do it here. Final score here from Lumberjack Stadium: the Madisonville Mustangs victorious over the Diboll Lumberjacks by a score of 47-12. And we'll go ahead and just go right into the post-game show. I'll go ahead and hand it off to Draylon and then to Jared to share y'all's thoughts overall about the game.
Well, it's a disappointing ending for us. I know we came out tonight. We were hoping for some big things for Diboll and wanted to see a different result with this Madisonville game than we've seen I guess this is 6 years in a row now. So disappointing ending, but you got to hand it to the kids. They did fight hard, especially after Madisonville came out and jumped on them in that first quarter. It was 27-0 in the blink of an eye, it felt like, with the turnovers on 4 consecutive possessions. And the way they held Madisonville, fought back there at the end of the first half and made it a ball game was, you could see some growth there by the team. But overall, second half, just way too sloppy, more turnovers, and just the team's going to have to be more physical going forward, definitely on defense. There's was a very obvious lack of physicality at the second and third level, and that's just going to be tough. It's tough to win if you don't tackle well. So Coach Morrison, I'm sure, will address that, and they'll move forward, and they'll get better as the season progresses like they always do.
Yeah, so for me, obviously, I think everyone here can agree that very disappointing showing for the Lumberjacks. Just overall, like, there's not, like, but I will go ahead and mention the bright spots. The bright spots are the newcomers. The one I want to point out is Xander Rambula. I wouldn't say newcomer because he was on varsity last year, but Xander coming in at running back. We're having to replace 3 backs isn't easy, but Xander, he did what he could tonight, and I'd take that as a positive with him. He ran hard, he ran tough. Him and DeCarlo Sanchez both ran pretty tough, but that's a really big positive that I saw as well. Another one that I saw was how the Jacks early on in the second quarter fought back before things got out of hand. So just seeing that ounce of fight was pretty good, and just having to maintain that and just build off on that would be pretty good. We really got to clean things up offensively. I think there was 6 turnovers on the night. The first 4 drives resulting in turnovers, whether that was interceptions or fumbles. Really got to get those cleaned up. And then defensively, just wrap up and tackle, see what you hit, break down, and lay the wood, lay the lumber. Don't be afraid of contact. Just deliver the blow, make them feel pain, and those are the improvements I can see going into next week. And player of the game is a thing that we've given, and for me, I'll just go ahead and give it to Xander Rambula. He really showed some heart and showed some grit tonight running the ball, and he did what he could. And I want to go ahead and give Xander my player of the game award for tonight's efforts.
Yeah, definitely Xander. He ran tough. He ran hard. Didn't get the scores and the yards I'm sure that he wanted, but he was absolutely Diboll's best player tonight. So I would agree with that statement.
Man, I'm gonna have to go.
I'm actually going to have to go against both of y'all on this one. Arambula did great, and he really put the Lumberjacks on his shoulders and kind of carried them the best that he could. But for me, it's going to be Aiden Morris tonight with the pick and then multiple receptions on the offensive side as well in order to kind of keep us in the fight for a little bit. Since y'all are both going to team up and both go with Arambula, I guess I'll pick somebody else. But for me, it was tough. It was tough to see some of the missed tackles, like Draylon mentioned earlier. As long as we can get in practice this week, I'm sure, Draylon and I were talking in the third quarter, and I wish I could be a fly on the wall in the film room tomorrow just to kind of see, what's going to be coached on. And I can pretty much guarantee you that Coach Morrison's going to come out and talk about, missed tackles, wrapping up, a lot of that fundamental stuff. But as both of you know, each team has a different identity each year, and when new players step in, it takes them a little while to adjust. So this was a good Madisonville team, but I'm looking forward to the next few weeks from the Lumberjacks, see what they can turn around.
So once again, next Friday night, the Lumberjacks will be back at home facing off against the West Rusk Raiders. Kickoff is at 7 o'clock unless anything changes. Again, your final score this evening from Lumberjack Stadium, the Madisonville Mustangs victorious by a score of 47-12 over your Diboll Lumberjacks. So, guys, just keep your heads up. Support these guys as best as you can going into next week. 0-1 doesn't look pretty, but, hey, it's still got a whole season of games left to play. So, we'll see how things go going into next week against a tough West Rusk opponent. So, for Jared Christmas, Draylon Fussell, this is Alec Reyes saying so long, everyone. Good night. God bless. We will see you next week back at Lumberjack Stadium. Go Jacks.